AmeriCorps needs you now more than ever. What is AmeriCorps? It's your opportunity to help your neighbor and your nation through these difficult times. AmeriCorps members serve their communities by fighting hunger, teaching and tutoring and mentoring students, and responding to natural disasters. AmeriCorps is your chance to get involved and be the greater good. Search hundreds of opportunities and apply at joinamericorps.gov. That's joinamericorps.gov.
In the beginning, there was nothing. And then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
I gotta get a witness. No!
Say, man, you got a joint? No, not on me, man.
I don't have facts to back this up.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
That's true. Sometimes I cry.
Oh! Lick my butthole, he laughed.
From the strangest corners of the internet, here to bring you opinions of the world from an altered perspective. Here are your hosts, the Drunken Peasants.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Drunken Peasants Podcast. This is episode 769. It is oh so fine. But our guests are even more fine. Look at these beautiful young men. Look at them.
Beautiful.
Aren't they wonderful?
Weird, buddy.
They are wonderful. Oh, whatever. We were just saying way weirder stuff before we even went live. Don't even mess around. So yeah, we got Pimmunk back again. We got Krendar as our Patreon guest for tonight. Welcome, everybody. We're going to do a wonderful show, or at least we'll die trying. So you might witness our deaths tonight instead of not doing a wonderful show.
We might die.
I'm not gonna die.
After the show tonight, for those patrons that are $10 or above, we will be doing one of our 2 live movie reviews. So all of you who are watching right now, if you're a patron $10 or more, you will watch us review a movie live. It's a secret. It's a mystery which movie we're going to do tonight.
It's a mystery.
Yes. And right now, I am exerting all of the energy I have, so the rest of the show I will be low energy.
Nice.
It's all coming out right now. Here
Nice.
it comes. All right. Okay.
Finally, I get to take over the show.
Is the movie going to be Cuties?
Yeah.
Welcome to the Dick Boob and Butt Hour with your host, Billy the Fridge.
I would like to make a movie called Cuties, but it's about those tiny little oranges. You ever eat those tiny little oranges? Everybody loves those. And when the actual Cuties is released, it could compete for people's mental awareness. Because everybody will be talking about the other movie that Netflix released with 11-year-old girls, but mine will just be an hour and a half of me eating tiny oranges. That's wholesome.
So they're both kind of the same thing in a way, then.
Yeah, in a way.
Yeah. Next, all right. Yeah, everyone, we're going to move on to the first segment of the show. Before we do that, I want to remind everyone, if you use the Brave browser, please send us your bats right now. The bat market has been exploding. Right now is the best time to get a hold of that. Click the triangle, send us your bats. If you don't use the Brave browser, right now is the time to start using it. It blocks ads. It goes way faster than using Chrome. Right now is the perfect time to download it using the link below, Brave browser. Sign up now. We are going to...
I'm using it right now.
Yeah, it's wonderful. It even tells you how much time it saves you and how many ads you block. And the mobile version is great. If you're using a mobile device, please download it that way. It does all the things YouTube Premium would make you pay for free. Plus, it gives you bats to support your favorite creators. Now it's time for DP Action News.
Yeah.
He called me, sir, and got me so human angry.
People are discriminating against wolves. Wow.
They're laughing at us.
Wow.
At our stupidity.
Wow.
And you better well learn to love it.
All right. Wow. We're gonna watch some of these videos and read some of these articles. I guess we'll go to the articles first. Here's our top build story for tonight.
This is great.
Jerry Falwell Jr., not to be confused with his father.
Yeah. This is the young buck given the power of the church, and what's he do with it? he has big old sex parties with a young man and his wife, and possibly helps to sway the election in Donald Trump's favor. Who knows? Who knows? He's just a Christian boy. Evangelical leader Jerry Falwell Jr. resigned as president of Liberty University Tuesday amid an unfolding sex scandal. The scandal involves Falwell and his wife Becky's relationship with a younger man they met at a hotel in Miami Beach, Giancarlo Granda, which you cannot not bang a dude named Giancarlo Granda.
I agree.
Let's put it this way.
That's quite a name.
His initials, GG. Good game, right? Beyond that, the G-Man sees Giancarlo Granda. He's gonna.
This is like some weird numerology type stuff you're doing with names.
I'm saying though.
I know
where
you're
the
saying.
G from G-Man comes from is Giancarlo Granda's giant Gargonzola dong dong. But it's been uncovered bit by bit in a series of reports over the past 3 years, most notably at Aram Roston and Brandon Brizono. But on Monday, Granda went on the record detailing the relationship to Roston for the first time. So the Jerry Falwell's wife was like caught with this guy. And Jerry Falwell tried to like play it off like, oh my God, yeah, no.
How dare she?
How dare she? And then he's like, hold up, motherfucker. We've been fucking too. And he's like, ah. Oh no. So Falwell confirmed the affair while disputing aspects of Granda's story. So he's like, yeah, no, we had an affair, but it was perfectly Christian.
Perfectly Christian bisexual affair.
Yeah, really all I was doing was drinking the blood of Christ and the flesh of Christ.
Oh, that's normal if you're Catholic. Like, that's literally what you do.
And the cum of Giancarlo Granda. It's very simple Christian stuff of Granda's story, but it proved to be the breaking point for his job at Liberty, which he was already on leave from due to controversy about a racy photo he posted on Instagram. So I guess he posted, I don't know if this is the same racy photo, but he had posted a photo with like his wife's assistant on a boat or something, and they were like kind of like hand in hand. It wasn't quite as close as Prince Edward was with Epstein's 15-year-old concubine or whatever, but it was pretty close. Which he was already on leave from due to controversy about a racy photo he posted on Instagram. Liberty is a Christian university founded by Falwell's father and famous for its strict code of moral conduct for its students. The details of the sex scandal are getting a great deal of attention, but more broadly, this is a tale of financial, institutional, and political corruption involving one of the most prominent evangelical organizations in the country.
Yeah, Liberty University is huge. They're fully accredited too, from what I understand. It's just Christian based, right?
And the saga may have helped make Donald Trump president. Gaps in the story remain, but what we know is that in 2015, Michael Cohen, who Falwell had met with a few years earlier when Trump came to speak at Liberty, tried to help the Falwells deal with a problem stemming from this situation. Cohen later said the problem involves someone obtaining compromising photos of Becky Falwell. Interesting.
Do you think he was hanging out with Jim Cornette and his wife, too?
Of course not. Jim Cornette's not a Republican.
Upstanding citizen.
He's not he's dirtbag, but he's on the opposite side of the political spectrum. I think if they were ever in the same room together, it would strictly be hate fucking.
I love Corny. Corny's great.
A few months later, and a few days before the 2016 Iowa caucuses, Falwell Jr. announced that he was endorsing Donald Trump for president.
Just that name, the way you say it, makes it sound kind of gay.
The Iowa caucuses?
Caucuses? Yeah, like Falwell heard about that. He's like, oh, I'm there.
Yeah, let me get on to Iowa. This is one of Trump's first prominent endorsements, and it was surprising and controversial among evangelicals, considering Trump's weak ties to organized religion and his messy personal life.
You know what? I think I might have some of these leaked photos that prove that Falwell is gay.
Uh-oh.
Or at least bisexual.
Uh-oh.
Here's one of them.
I'm coming out.
You could tell by the jazz hands that this is authentic.
Gay. This is not gay. I think this is a Black Lives Matter protest.
No, it's not.
It's not?
No.
I thought
Hold on. How about this one?
Is that like a West Side Story kind of protest?
This one, he's just on set of and Netflix's Glow.
What do you call that kind of position?
That is downward.
Gay.
Downward Duggan.
Downward Duggan.
He's got the hacksaw. He's got the hacksaw in the middle of his legs there.
Okay.
This is just him being a mime, dude.
Yeah. I like how the photo's cut off at the bottom, but his feet are still there.
He might.
They couldn't even cut that out.
This might not actually be a mime. This might be a ventriloquist.
That makes me think for a second that this picture might be fake, but I don't know.
Well, what's fake about this?
This one's definitely real. The tattoos are a giveaway. JF?
Is he JF Garepi's son?
Let me tattoo my initials on your ripped abs.
Why does he have JF's initials and JR's initials? He's a fan of.
It's the slobber knocker.
He's like the.
They give each other slobber knockers.
All right, I think say as somebody who lives right next to Quebec.
Oh, dude, this
JF's
is real.
French Canadian is amazing.
This is a wrestling match.
Look at all the furry memorabilia. The fucking PBR with a straw. That's how you know it's right. And there's a hookah in the background.
That's classy when you got a bendy straw hanging out your PBR can.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's upper class shit.
All right, there you go. There you have it. There you have it.
I still don't think this is proof that he's gay.
100% proof.
No, he's a Christian. He's a Christian man.
That's good investigative work.
Which is the other part of the proof.
I got it.
So, gaps in the story remain, but what we know is that in 2015, Michael Cohen, who Falwell had met years earlier when Trump came to speak at Liberty, tried to help the Falwells deal with the problem. The compromising photos of Becky Falwell a few months later, and a few days before the 2016 Iowa caucuses, Falwell Jr. announced that he was endorsing Donald Trump for president. We already fucking read this.
So
Christ,
what do they mean by
bottom.
compromising? Like her and Jerry were trying to pick what color to paint the walls in their living room, and she was like, okay, I'll go with green. I was thinking blue, but we can compromise.
That's definitely not it.
No?
I haven't seen the photos.
Fucking her in the butt.
Oh, shit.
Could have been, yeah. There's no hard evidence that Falwell's endorsement of Trump was tied in any way to Cohen's assistance to the Falwells, whether as a favor, quid pro quo, or blackmail, but it doesn't really need to be. What is clear is that Cohen knew at least part of the story of this highly personal and private situation, a story that would be extremely damaging to Falwell's career if it got out. And as Falwell was deciding who to endorse in 2016, he knew that Cohen knew. Who is Jerry Falwell Jr.? Well, the story of the Falwells starts with Jerry Falwell Sr., a Southern Baptist pastor who founded a church in 1956 at the age of 22. Over the next 2 decades, the period that encompassed Jerry Jr.'s childhood, Falwell Sr. will become one of the leading televangelists in the country. Sick, gross human being. He parlayed the national fame into political influence by founding the Moral Majority, a political group that mobilized conservative evangelical Christians to play a greater role in politics and to support the Republican Party. For a sense of just how conservative the elder Falwell was, noted that he blamed the 9/11 attacks on the abortionists, the feminists.
That was a Christian wheelhouse for a while there, where like anytime there was a natural disaster in the United States, they would be like, oh, God isn't protecting America anymore because the gays get married now, or like we allow the gays to have sex. So that's what they used to do that all the time.
We need a moratorium on this sort of behavior. They provoked God's anger.
Yeah, exactly.
So he's anti-gay, anti-woman.
I'm pretty sure 9/11 got that treatment at first, too, by a lot of these jokers here.
I heard God flew the plane into the towers himself. He didn't give a fuck. God was like, you sons of bitches.
Kind of funny how God can't punish people directly. He has to just punish everybody in the country instead.
You know, he's got to use people we hate to punish us. That's the only way God is good.
And he's doing a lot of things at once, man. Come on.
And he's so good that he's punishing innocent people at the same time. It's such a nice thing for him to do.
God, look at all this stuff. Oh, look here.
I asked them all. Every single one of them.
Here's Trump speaking at Liberty University back in the day, September 2012.
The first known connection between Donald Trump and the Falwells was in September 2012 when Trump visited Liberty University to deliver a convocation address. Michael Cohen was in attendance, so was Giancarlo Granda. He was photographed shaking hands with Trump.
Dude, you know he had Jerry's, like spoogey dooge on his hand.
You think he gave Trump the fucking pearl gloves?
Yep, the pearl gloves.
Oh, no. Trump had flirted with running for president the previous year, with Cohen taking a leading role in that proto-campaign. Trump ended up not running, but he evidently wanted to keep his options open for 2016. That would never work out. And then involved trying to build bridges with key evangelical leaders. He described himself during the address as a very proud Christian and real Christian. Very proud and real.
I'm a good Christian. I'm a real Christian. I'm a beautiful Christian. I'm a magnificent Christian. All the Trump words that he uses.
Yeah.
There's the Trump words that he uses when he likes something, and there's the Trump words that he uses when he doesn't like something, and they're always the same. And sometimes he gets them mixed up, though. He was talking about World War II. He was like, it was a beautiful World War. We fought a beautiful, miraculous World War. It's like, there was nothing beautiful about it.
Unless you're really into bombs.
Yeah.
And holocausts and all of that kind of stuff.
All the juicy details of World War II.
Tremendous.
Beautiful Holocaust.
Tremendous, beautiful. This is by far the best I've ever seen.
Beautiful testing on animals and maybe more.
Oh, I like the clothing made out of human skin. Beautiful.
Okay, so right here it says, as for why Falwell Jr. invited Trump despite the university's moral codes, he praised Trump's success in business and how he single-handedly forced President Barack Obama to release his birth certificate. Single-handedly. So thank God for the Christian. So hold the fucking phone.
It's messed up. Like, he can't say single-handedly. He definitely was one of the main players in it, for sure.
Yeah, but why is... Okay, success in business... We'll give him that, even though he had every single fucking advantage to get there. Give him the success in business, okay?
Yeah, his business was already a successful business before he was born. His dad and his grandmother were the people that really got that business going.
But how is this a win at all? He single-handedly forced Barack Obama to release his birth certificate, and then what? Prove that everybody who fucking thought Obama was born in Africa was wrong?
Well, what happened was... They didn't. He released two of them, the short and long form. He did the short form one first. They're like, that's not real. That's not a real birth certificate. So when he actually gave them what they wanted the first time, they doubted its legitimacy.
Yeah, these are fucking scumbags.
Yeah.
But you know what? Honestly, all politicians are fucking gross, except my boy Andrew Yang. After this visit, Michael Cohen, famous as Trump's lawyer and fixer, kept in touch with Falwell's team. In 2014 and 2015, for instance, he would ask John Gauger, Liberty's chief information officer, who sometimes acted as a fixer for Falwell. People who have fixers should probably, not exist. You have to hire somebody to cover your fucking tracks?
I would say by endorsing Biden, Andrew Yang has some of that all politicians stank on him. For sure. He became a politician. And he took the job, like, working for, who does he work for now? CNN or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's fallen in line with the establishment.
Nah, he's just keeping on the right side of the Democratic
Oh, he's just playing
Party.
4D chess, right?
He's 4D chess, dude.
Okay. You should start the Yang subreddit.
I would do really well.
Yeah.
I think it's already there. So Liberty's chief information officer who Falwell's team, in 2014, Michael Cohen contacted John Gauger, Liberty's chief information officer who sometimes acted as a fixer for Falwell, to try and rig online polls for Trump. Gauger later told the Wall Street Journal that Cohen handed him around $12,000 cash in a bag, though he had been promised $50,000.
Damn.
Later, Cohen would enlist Gauger to create a Twitter account called @WomenForCohen. Shout out to John for creating the Twitter account @WomenForCohen that would praise him. He's like, hey, I know you're a fixer for Falwell. You work at Liberty University, but could you mind running a sock account for me to make her look like women like me? Could you do that? So
gross.
This article is crazy long, too, man.
Because this is deep.
Yeah.
So the Falwells... now face such a problem. Someone involved in the Miami lawsuit had obtained sexually compromising photos, so they asked Cohen for help. Details about what the photos showed and who had them remain murky. Granda now tells Politico that at the time, Becky Falwell told him that Michael is well connected in Miami and that he'd get this buried and will make those photos go away.
Damn.
Cohen would later say in a conversation surreptitiously taped by the actor Tom Arnold. What the fuck?
Hold on.
What the fuck?
You get in here.
Do we have this link? Is this the link to Tom Arnold?
He was disguised as the Subway mitt. That's how he got away with it.
I thought it was the Arby's.
Or yeah,
mitt.
that's what I meant. The Arby's mitt.
Yeah. Mitt Romney? No, Arby's mitt, my dude. The evangelical, the pool boy, and the comedian, and Michael Cohen. This is weird. How'd Tom Arnold show up here?
I don't know.
You know you're in a group of ne'er-do-wells when you got Tom Arnold recording you, fucking wiretapping you.
Maybe he was sitting in the tent in the corner.
So, whatever happened, the matter remained private for the time being. And then the Trump endorsement where your boy endorsed Trump. The Liberty Church, everybody endorsed Trump. When Trump returned to Liberty to speak on January 18th, his appearance was widely mocked. He cited the book of 2 Corinthians rather than 2 Corinthians. 2 Corinthians walk into a bar. Cruz soon joked on the
Corinthians
campaign
2,
trail.
the Corinthianing.
Falwell lavishly praised Trump during this Liberty appearance. Donald Trump lives a life of loving and helping others as Jesus taught. So can we just stop right now and talk about this? All these Christians that support Trump have been supporting Trump's off the back of fucking the Falwells and their community, and they're the ones out there having weird fucking sex trysts trying to tell you that you have a moral obligation. I was gonna say ambugation because of the ambiguity of all this.
Ambugation.
A moral obligation. You have a moral obligation not to suck off the pool boy, but he can. What the hell, man? This is if we have 9/11-2. By the way, if we have 9/11 2.0, I'm blaming this
It's called coronavirus.
Oh yeah, huh?
Yeah.
Can we blame it on Giancarlo Granda's massive fucking donger and the Falwells sucking him down? Can we just blame it on that? Coronavirus is on the heart of
the hearts and minds of the nation. Everyone who's watching right now, if you could please like the stream, that would be wonderful. That would be amazing if you could just like the stream.
Like it.
Liking the stream helps increase visibility of our stream. Also, if you're on social media, I put all of the social media stuff out there. So if you could like it or retweet it or whatever you want to do out there on social media, that helps us a lot. Also, joining our Discord. Joining our Discord almost guarantees that you'll be notified when we're streaming live. I wouldn't depend on YouTube to do it. So yeah, down below, join our Discord. There's a lot of nice people there, you know, and I pop in there, you know, every now and then throughout the day, and there's always someone, even in the early AM, there's someone on there. So good place to chat and meet people, meet fans of the show. Just throwing that out there. We'll get back into the article now. Just wanted to throw that out to remind you to help us out. Thank you. Thank you, sirs.
So one obvious question is whether Falwell's endorsement of Trump was connected to or driven by Cohen's assistance with those compromising photos. But in a way, that question misses the point. As Josh Marshall pointed out on Twitter, Cohen knew about secrets that can destroy Falwell's whole world. Even if the topic never explicitly came up in relation to the endorsement, that's something Falwell couldn't possibly have forgotten when he was making up his mind. You think Trump is the type of guy that would use information like that against Falwell? He'd be like, oh, yeah, Falwell. I hear he likes his pool boy hung.
I think when you're Trump, when you're a person like Trump, even before the presidency, you keep a dirty secrets folder on anyone you can that's on your side now, because as we've seen with Trump, the people on his side end up being enemies almost assuredly later, and they end up going to jail too.
You know who else? You know who else had a folder like that? Batman on the entire Justice League. He knew all their weaknesses. So Trump is really more like our modern day Bruce Wayne. Good times.
Trump's like a modern day Bruce Wayne.
He's just a modern day Bruce Wayne. For a while, it looked like it all worked out. Trump won the Republican nomination and the presidency. Liberty continued to rake in the cash. President Trump put Falwell in charge of an education policy task force. Falwell continued to fiercely defend Trump in public, including after Trump's comments that there were very fine people on both sides of the 2017 Charlottesville protests. The same month, a report by Brennan Ambrosino for Politico magazine revealed for the first time the Falwell's ties to the Miami Beach hostel. Days later, Jesus Fernandez Sr. and Jr., whose previous suit had gone nowhere, filed a new lawsuit arguing that Falwell and Granda had cheated them out of ownership in the hostel. Aaron Roston, then working for BuzzFeed News, was the first to report on that lawsuit in May 2018 in a story that also revealed Granda's background as a young pool attendant. The outlines of Cohen's connection to Falwell and his role in delivering the endorsement for the first time. The story did not say there was a sexual angle, but rampant speculation about that topic began immediately. So, this is all coming down right now. It says, the beginning of the end for Falwell's Liberty tenure turned out to be an Instagram post. Earlier this month, Falwell posted a photo of himself with his pants unzipped, his belly and underwear visible, and his arm around the waist of his wife's assistant. Their attire seemed to be a reference to Trailer Park Boys, a mockumentary about Canadian trailer park residents, though they were aboard a yacht owned by a NASCAR mogul. Falwell apologized and said he'd taken indefinite leave of absence from the Liberty presidency, adding that he would try to be a good boy from here on out. That was a little over 2 weeks ago. Boy, how do we know in the last 2 weeks he hasn't once lusted after Giancarlo Granda's giant dung-dung? But maybe he has been a good boy in the last 2 weeks. Or at least he's tried. Maybe he tried to be a good boy. Maybe he tried.
Giancarlo.
Pimmunk.
I don't think so.
Pimmunk, do you think that Giancarlo Granda's dick is hypnotizing, and you can't help but you can't help?
It's more hypnotizing than my pocket watch.
What are you saying, Pimmunk? Are you saying I could try to be a good boy?
You can try, Billy.
And
when I snap my fingers, you are the poo boy of Falwell.
Hola, Giancarlo Granda. Yo necesito un deng-deng para Jerry Falwell Jr. y Becky Falwell. Mucha buena. Can I stop this now?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Man was like, what the fuck?
What the?
It's like I always walk into some weird shit.
All of a sudden, I have a Hispanic pool boy flirting with me.
But it's like, finally, I walk into a good conversation.
Yeah. Finally, it's going my way. I will rule the day for once in my existence.
Yeah. This is just so damn nutty. You got Tom Arnold in here. You got a Trailer Park Boys reference. Like that alone, if you're Jerry Falwell Jr., you shouldn't be referencing Trailer Park Boys. They're not in your Christian wheelhouse. They fall well outside of your moral code.
So,
yeah, well,
to those of you watching, many of you may be aware that maybe not so much today, but in our lives in the past, we were all big wrestling fans at one point in our lives. Okay? And sometimes we discuss wrestling. I cannot watch wrestling these days because there's no crowd, and I think that really takes away from the overall experience of pro wrestling. And it helps the wrestlers decide where the match is going to go, from what I understand. At least maybe now that it's way more scripted than before, that's not so much. But I know it used to be like you'd go on the crowd reaction. So for a few times, Billy and I have talked about, well, what if they put people on live webcams in the crowd at pro wrestling events? And I saw recently that they've been doing it with basketball with the NBA.
They have been doing NBA, yep.
So they finally decided to do it on Raw. And
this is at the Amway Arena in Orlando, I believe.
Yeah. Because they're based there because of NXT.
Are the
being
Orlando Magic not playing anymore, or are they?
I think they're all playing in the same place.
Okay.
I think
they are. They have
so they don't travel.
Arena.
Yeah. They have one arena that they do it
for the
at.
whole NBA.
Yeah, but there's no crowd. The teams just all stay in one place and
that's
play.
kind of interesting.
They're just trying to finish the season. It would be over by now.
The teams that are involved in the playoffs.
Oh, it's just the playoffs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they never got to finish the season. Same thing with hockey. That's why they're doing hockey really fast right now, too. And then baseball started with an abbreviated season because baseball should have started back in the springtime. So, so it was very small, but big enough for someone to catch it. There was all kinds of stuff. Like, first of all, one that I expected that isn't as crazy as some of the other ones is someone put Chris Benoit up there, who, for those of you who don't know, was a pro wrestler that murdered his family. And the WWE, and he had been a champion before multiple times. He was one of the top wrestlers. He, after he murdered his family, they erased him from existence practically.
Never mentioned them.
They did basically everything but like CGI remove him from the old wrestling matches he was in. Like his name, you can't find his name mentioned. But they got him in there on one of those one of those screens. It's pretty insane. But we'll go through the article here.
Yeah, this spring, WWE pulled up stakes and moved its weekly shows to the state with the second most COVID-19 cases in America, Florida. After doing shows from its Performance Center, Vince McMahon and company have now settled in the Amway Center, which normally hosts the Orlando Magic. Welcome to the WWE Thunderdome, which I think is fucking cool, dude.
I don't know anything about this.
Oh, it's cool. As part of the ambience of the new digs, WWE has introduced a wall of virtual fans a la the NBA and the Democratic National Convention. WWE Thunderdome, featuring a state-of-the-art set, video boards, pyrotechnics, lasers, cutting-edge graphics, and drone cameras, takes WWE fans' viewing experience to an unprecedented level, starting Friday on SmackDown, kicking off SummerSlam weekend. It's a really cool setup. They should have had this for WrestleMania. I guess they didn't have enough time to build it, but
I have never
they got a great light
watched.
show. That's a great light show.
I have never not watched SummerSlam since the existence of SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Like, at least within a week of it happening. There were a few times, like, I didn't see it live, but I watched it, like, a couple days later. This will probably be the first year I do not watch SummerSlam. I think SummerSlam came out in 87 or 88. I watched it live as a kid then.
Ben, you could still watch it.
No, I cannot. Ben. It's too weird. Like, wrestling is supposed to look like a pseudo sport. It's supposed to have a live crowd, at least a small one of real people.
This right here is crazy. To be a virtual fan, all one had to do initially is go to WWE's site, register for an event, SmackDown, Raw, or pay-per-view show, and be chosen on a first-come, first-served basis.
Wow, dude, that's crazy. That's all you need. No, like, verification. I'm surprised no one whipped out their genitals or something.
Oh, dude, there was a fucking beheading.
Somebody just haven't noticed it yet.
There was a fucking beheading.
Like an Al Qaeda beheading, right?
Yeah. So what they should have done is just given the opportunity to like diehard fans who have spent so much money on the product. I guarantee you, there's like a list, a small list of people that like are preferred fans, and give it to them first come first serve based on people who wouldn't want to lose it. Just opening up to anybody, you're welcoming the trolls.
You're asking for it.
On Monday Night Raw last night, the virtual crowd included images of Chris Benoit, a former wrestler who killed his entire family in a murder-suicide, a KKK rally, and what appeared to be grainy footage of a beheading.
Yeah.
Good thing it was grainy.
Yeah.
Is that on the count?
Yeah, I can see I can see the Klan members in their white hoods and everything.
This poor fat fuck in the green shirt next to it. He's going to be immortalized as being at a Klan rally.
It almost looks like he's there.
Yeah. He looks like he's stuck in a Klan rally in between what I can only assume is 3 to 4 red licorice ropes.
I love how like almost everybody else that's there legit is just like a pasty white neck beard. Do you notice that? If you look like at all the legit fans that are just sitting there watching it, they all kind of have a similar look.
You know what I found weird about? Because I watched a clip of it today. They had the speaker, whatever, the sound crowd. It was fake. It was like Bill Goldberg shit. You know,
Goldberg. Oh, you mean it sounded like John Cena?
Yeah,
like,
they speakered it in the audience. Yeah, it was weird.
They used to do that with John
I just think
Cena.
that's weird when they do that.
One thing they could have done was had the entire crowd be like animation, you know, like face app, you know.
Well, they could have just used like what they use for the video games and put that in the crowd.
That would work, but like you know how when you go on Snapchat or something, you have the face cover that makes you. They could just have everybody have the face filter, and if the face filter turns off, their camera like goes to the next camera and switch out to the next person.
They probably won't do this again after this.
They'll do it again. They
had to know it was going to happen. No, they had to know this shit was going to happen.
I think you are fucking stupid when you work for Vince. I think you have to just think what Vince would think, and Vince would never think of this in a million years.
When Vince was younger, though, he was the one that enacted most of the ideas. But now that he's older, he has so many people working under him. There's a lot of stuff that happens that he doesn't even know happens. Unless it goes horribly wrong, he probably won't even know that it happened. You know?
Yeah.
So.
But I
think you should have given it a different name, too.
The Thunderdome?
Yes, Mad Max shit. Who gives a fuck?
Mad Max is awesome. What are you talking about?
It's cool.
Yeah, no, Mad Max is awesome.
What would you name it,
Pimmunk? They shouldn't have stolen it from Mad Max.
What would you name it?
I would have named it House of the Wrestlingers.
House of the Wrestling. Okay.
Wrestling has been stealing from Mad Max since Mad Max existed.
Yes. They did it in Memphis with Sid Vicious.
Tonight on live from the House of the Wrestling.
You know what I found out? And we'll move on from the wrestling in a second here, because I know like at least half of the people watching does not like wrestling, and they don't only not like it, they're like physically ill at the mention of it.
Yeah.
But did you know Sid is the only champion of his era that isn't in the Hall of Fame? It's like a fucking travesty. Sid
it is.
Sid should be in the Hall of Fame.
He probably will be.
He should be now. He's getting old, man. Those guys don't last long, too. Put him in now before he dies.
Well,
they did the same thing to Macho Man. They took way too long to put him in, and then they had to put him in after he was dead. I hate that.
You know why, though, right? Ric Flair is Triple H's boy, and Ric Flair hates Sid Vicious.
Yeah, because he chopped up Arn Anderson with a pair of scissors.
Yeah.
Whatever. Fuck that. I love Ric Flair, but Sid Vicious deserves to. Sid Vicious, he's 2 times.
He's an icon.
Yeah, fuck that. Anyway, we're going to move on. We have this video. Let's see what this is.
Good evening, America.
So this is from the RNC. Remember these two people?
The Mccloskeys?
Yeah.
They were the people defending their house from Black Lives Matter protesters with guns.
Yeah, and she was holding the gun like really weird. She was holding it like it was almost like
off to the side and stuff.
Yeah, and she had her finger on the trigger the whole time.
We are Mark and Patty Mccloskey. We're speaking to you tonight from St. Louis, Missouri, where just weeks ago you may have seen us defending our home as a mob of protesters descended on our neighborhood.
America is such a great country that not only do you have the right to own a gun and use it to defend yourself, but thousands of Americans will offer you free advice on how to use it. At least that's what we experienced. What you saw happen to us could just as easily happen to any of you who are watching from quiet neighborhoods.
Is it that they had trouble finding people to be on this?
Oh, no, this is this year's Plumber Joe right here.
Joe the Plumber is such a fraud, by the way. He's from Toledo, by the way. He ran for Congress in Toledo after the whole McCain thing happened. He's such a joke. Man, yeah, if these people try to run for office after this, yeah, they will kind of be like Joe the Plumber. Only Joe the Plumber only asked Obama some stupid questions that ended up being based on lies. They didn't point guns at black people walking by
Are
their
they
house.
attorneys or what are they? Like, what
I think they are. I think they are.
And what pisses me off is like, what happened to us? Nothing happened to you. They were walking down the fucking street.
Well,
that's what we
Pimmunk,
want.
that's more than enough reason for them to be murdered, obviously. The only problem is these people aren't cops, so they have the unfortunate disadvantage of not getting away with it. Poor white people that aren't cops.
You think the RNC would be like, these people weren't even handling their guns properly?
They don't fucking care. They want to put the fear in people's minds that the entire Black Lives Matter protesters are coming to their doorstep. You could probably chase a whole lot of these flyers that are going out. They're like they're live protests meeting up in Memphis, Tennessee, and we're coming into the white people's home, and we're going to take what's ours. Their TVs and
better
their
get our
guns.
local criminal biker gang to protect us.
Yeah,
that's literally what they do.
Speak to you about tonight.
That's exactly right. Whether it's the defunding of police, ending cash bail so criminals can be released back out on the streets the same day to riot again, or encouraging anarchy and chaos on our streets, it seems as if the Democrats no longer view the government's job as protecting honest citizens from criminals.
I think Trump picked this guy because they use the same kind of hair dye. You see that?
Yeah.
It's like the same
It needs
orange.
to be a little more orange, though.
Uneven.
On his face.
one of my favorite things about the RNC last night on Twitter was the purge started trending because like they thought everybody that was speaking, like these people and the other politicians, felt like the politicals in the fucking purge who were like bringing on the death fights.
That looks, I mean, yeah, let's
But
do
rather
it.
protecting criminals from
People in the chat room, you're wrong. They weren't. They did say that they were going to what the governor's fucking mansion is where the protesters were going. They did not getting on their property. They were walking down the fucking road and heading to the governor's mansion to protest. But man, y'all can get y'all shit straight.
Well, CT says they literally tore down their gate and was on their property threatening them. It's all on tape. I don't know. I don't know exactly what went down, guys. I'm
pretty sure they tore down the gate to the gated community, which is illegal.
Community, yes, it is. But they were protesting.
I don't know. I don't know if that warrants pointing a gun at them yet.
Yeah.
I don't know. If they threaten you, like, I'm going to come up there and kill you, whatever, or I'm going to rob your house or whatever, then you're getting a little closer.
You shouldn't point a gun at somebody unless you're going to use it.
Not a single person in the out-of-control mob you saw at our house.
That's not true. There's plenty of times where there's... No. There's definitely circumstances that warrant pointing a gun but not having to use it, right?
When?
I mean, when it de-escalates and you don't end up having to use it.
You shouldn't point it. You just let them know you have it.
But
Be
you
like,
know
hey,
who was?
back off.
We were.
And then when you point it at them, you better
actually
fucking
charged
shoot
us
it.
with felonies for daring to defend our home. On top of that, consider this. The Marxist liberal activist leading the mob to our neighborhood stood outside our home with a bullhorn screaming, "You can't stop the revolution." Just weeks later, that same Marxist activist won the Democrat nomination to hold a seat in the U.S. House of Representatives. In the city of St. Louis, that's the same as winning the general election. That Marxist revolutionary is now going to be the congresswoman from the first...
They love those buzzwords, Marxist.
Marxist revolutionary.
Yeah. Is she a member of the Marxist Party? They'll say yes, because they think Democrats are Marxists, which is hilarious, because they're so corporatist. There's a few people that are socialist that are Democrats, but the majority of them are like Joe Biden and Hillary Clinton. They're all about appeasing their donors and appealing to people that give them money. Because the job itself doesn't pay a lot, but all the money you take in through the back door when you're a politician adds up to a lot. And that's where the real money is. It's not the paycheck you get because you have the office. You know, it's lobbyists and donors buttering your palm, greasing your palm so that your legislation reflects their interest. That's what it is.
Personally, I'm trying to figure out what's going on with that weird pillow.
What do you mean?
Look at that pillow beside her. It's like
It looks fancy.
or something.
Hey, I don't have a problem with this room at all. It looks fancy. It looks nice to me.
Why do you think it's a weird pillow? It's a brown pillow with a green fringe and like a green bow.
Gun in there. Speaking at the fucking convention.
A green ribbon wrapped around it.
District of Missouri.
Looks like a.
I think
chocolate.
it might be white. I think it's a little discolored.
Oh, you don't think it's
These
green?
radicals
No, I think it's
are not
white.
content with marching in the streets.
Yeah.
They want
Man
to walk
thinks
the halls
everything
of
should be
Congress.
white.
They want to take over. They want power. This is Joe Biden's party. These are the people who will be in charge of your future and the future of your children.
They're not satisfied with spreading the chaos and violence
I don't
into
like
our
her.
communities.
I don't like
they
her
want
look.
to abolish the suburbs altogether by ending single-family home zoning. This forced rezoning would bring crime, lawlessness, and low-quality apartments into now thriving suburban neighborhoods.
Low-quality apartments. Apartments where brown people live is basically what she's saying.
Can't have that.
Yes.
They're going to lower our property value. Man, these people are so fucked up, man. You know, who's going to work at the places you shop and stuff like that?
They can bus in.
That's so messed up. People shouldn't have to live somewhere else and then come to like serve
They should
you.
spend 2 hours bussing in to serve me a fucking Chipotle.
Yeah, forget
and then
that.
2 hours home.
Forget that.
Their time is worth nothing. That's why we pay them minimum wage.
It's funny that rich people don't want poorer people around them, like living around them, but they still want them around to work at all the places they want
It's
to
servant
have.
theory.
Yeah.
President Trump
Qdoba?
smartly ended this
If
government
she's smart,
overreach.
she works at Qdoba, not
But Joe
Chipotle.
Biden wants to bring it back. These are the policies that are coming to a neighborhood near you. So make no mistake.
They looked bad. It was embarrassing. Like he's standing there with the assault rifle. It almost hung down to his knees. I don't know how tall he is, but it looked like he was like hanging down to his knees.
Ben.
And then she was like holding a pistol, like limp wristed. I don't know.
Really weird.
They spent a lot on those guns, and this was the first time they got to pull them
See,
out.
I don't like that. That's like the worst. I know you're joking, but that's like the worst attitude to have. Like, I spent so much money on that gun, got to pull it out sometime. You know, it's
Can you imagine
inevitable.
what would have happened to her wrist from the recoil if she had actually fired that thing?
She probably would have shot her husband standing right next to her.
No matter where you live,
That sucks,
your
but
family
it's probably what would
will
have
not
happened.
I
be
know.
safe in the radical Democrats' America.
At this moment in history, if you stand up for yourself and for the values our country was founded on, the mob, spurred on by their allies in the media, will try to destroy you.
Well,
You've
the
seen us on
values
your-
this country was founded on is kind of what the mob is trying to destroy, right? Because of the whole systemic system that benefits off of the poor, and it puts people into slavery positions through imprisonment. It's all pretty fucked up. That is why they're rising up against it. You're obviously don't want to lose your footing and everything because you have your nice cush chocolate mint pillows, and
Something kind of similar to this happened in Seattle. A group of people tried to go to the police chief's house, and a bunch of people in the neighborhood chased them away with guns. So this has happened multiple times. It's kind of weird. But by the way, the police chief here resigned shortly after that happened. Like a few days after that happened.
dude, there's a lot of businesses that are leaving Seattle because they're straight up saying like the fucking leadership here is garbage. It's gonna get
Which is the garbage though? Is it the mayor or is it the city council? Because those two disagree. The city council's going way extreme with the defund police and all that stuff, and the mayor's being more kind of like status quo, more tactful about it. I guess I would say.
Yeah, I don't think the businesses want to have the police defunded.
Right.
I think they're
I think there needs to be a compromise somewhere. I don't think we need to go totally one way or totally the other.
I think we need to start decriminalizing a lot of things and offering people actual help for their
Welfare
drug.
checks should be done by like a social worker or something like that. Not
and stop shooting unarmed men in the back 7 times. That would help.
Well, yeah, cops
not
should
that
only
easy,
be
Pimmunk.
cops should only be called in for like dangerous situations where something like that, like actual force, would need to be used, not to go check on someone because their neighbors haven't seen them for a week.
Did you watch the Watchmen movie?
Yes.
Did you see the HBO Watchmen series?
No.
It's the
I've seen-
HBO Watchmen series is very like interesting. Watching it now after everything's been unfolding, it has a whole lot of parallels to the way the world is right now. And like there's one scene where the cop has to try and get clearance to release his gun so he can shoot somebody that's going to shoot him. He's got to call in clearance, and it's like, how far do you go?
Did you see this?
Kim Jong-un reportedly in a coma as his sister Kim Yo-jong takes control.
Did they think he was dead like
I
a
think
couple
he's been
months
reported
ago?
dead a few times. They're saying that he's been dead for a few months, and they were just hiding it. But
I think he's dead.
Do we know how?
Like, do you think he's dead now, or do you think he's been dead this whole time?
I think he's been dead a while, and you know how they are. I mean, shit. They tell people that he didn't have an asshole. I mean, they're weird.
Oh yeah. Well, they thought Kim Jong Il was immortal. So
until he got ill and died.
Now
He
his
was
sister looks a lot like Martin Shkreli.
yeah, I see it. I see what you mean. Did you see? I didn't cover this because I get really upset, so I'm only going to talk about it for a second. But did you hear about how in North Korea they were like taking everybody's dogs and killing them? If you had a pet dog in North Korea, the government came and took it and killed it.
Huh.
And there's news stories out there about it. It's real. I
When?
can't believe it's like, you know,
Look at that picture.
North
Those look
Korea
like the
has
eyes
been
of a woman
doing.
who would do that.
North Korea has been doing atrocious. Yeah, I can't even say it, atrocious shit for a long time. But then when I found out that they were killing all the dogs, I was like, send the fucking Marines in.
Were they
now.
eating them or what?
I don't know. I think they were just killing them.
They didn't make soup or something?
I don't think it was specifically for food.
That's weird. Why would they do that? Was there any reasoning behind it?
They're assholes. I don't care what reason they're giving. The reason is that they're assholes.
I needed to feed the poor something.
I mean,
You don't feed the poor in North Korea. Yeah.
everybody says it was for food.
We gotta feed Kim Jong Un somehow.
They're saying it was dog pie. It was for food. But
People in the chat said something.
a lot of people are saying that. That's why.
That means it's true.
Yeah, I know.
A complete succession structure has not been formed, so Kim Yo-jong is being brought to the fore as the vacuum cannot be maintained for a prolonged period, he said. His claims come after South Korean spies revealed that the 33-year-old sibling now serves as his de facto second in command, though she has not been designated his successor.
Even if it was for food, it doesn't justify taking people's pet dogs. Like, I can understand cultural differences. Like, if it's been normal to eat dogs where they live, then that it is what it is. But not taking people's pets against their will so you can cook their fucking dog, that's ridiculous. That doesn't make it any better at all. There's no justification there.
Revik Kalinsky says, I don't believe shit about North Korea and Western media. In a closed-door meeting with lawmakers, the National Intelligence Service said the power shift partly seeks to relieve Kim's stress from his reign and avert culpability in the event of a policy failure. Kim Yo-jong, the first vice department director of the Workers' Party Central Committee, is steering overall state affairs based on the delegation. The agency reportedly said Kim has only been seen in public a handful of times this year, after rumors swirled that he was clinging to life in April due to a botched heart operation.
Yeah.
Damn. Could you imagine being the one to do fucking heart surgery on Kim Jong-un and then failing?
No pressure.
They
maybe
probably
she'll
rip your
take
heart out
over
and try to give
be
it to
an
him.
angel. Maybe she'll be a good person and like change everything for the good.
No,
Yeah, that picture. The picture
That's
of
not
her made her
gonna
look
happen.
trustworthy.
I have a
and
feeling
loving.
she's gonna get into pharma. She'll be pharmacist, right?
Pharmacist instead of Pharma Bro?
Yeah.
That was terrible, Ben.
No. No, it was not.
Maybe you should get into
Awful.
farming and make food for the country.
It was awesome.
Did you see
And
this?
Shabiscuit
Oh
is the
my
greatest.
God.
Jim Baker got a PPP loan while he was.
What is that?
It's a paycheck protection program. It was
Yeah.
enacted because of coronavirus, where small businesses could get a loan from the government to help pay their employees. While business was down.
So they're helping him fight fraud claims, then, basically, huh?
Right,
Is he considered a small business?
I mean, the news was that large businesses were sucking up all of the money.
Is he considered a
Yeah.
business? Being a church?
I thought he was a nonprofit, but I don't know. But fraud claims, yeah, because wasn't it like a fake coronavirus cure? Isn't that the fraud? Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy just
Well,
can't stop
Billy,
ripping
isn't it
people
like
off, can he?
$7 billion that the church has got?
7.7 billion bailout towards churches.
He might not be his ministry may not technically be a church. It might be a business. I don't know. He did go to prison for a while. So, but if it is a ministry, then he's tax exempt, and I don't know if he would be a nonprofit. I don't think you can get PPP.
It's his bucket business. That's actually
Yeah.
technically a business. So it's probably his food buckets.
And
Yeah,
his
he's going
corona
back to jail
cure.
again.
Yeah.
When the U.S. government extended pandemic hardship loans to thousands of religious institutions, Jim Baker in Morningside, USA, his ministry in Blue Eye, Missouri, were among the most high-profile recipients. On April 28th, the pastor received approval for an amount between $650,000 and $1.7 million in Paycheck Protection Program funds. Weeks
That's so
before,
fucked up.
the Missouri Attorney General filed a complaint. The New York Attorney General sent a cease and desist warning, and the Federal Drug Administration and Federal Trade Commission sent warning letters alleging Baker engaged in deceptive practices by touting purported health benefits of a silver product on the Jim Baker Show, including a suggestion it could be used to treat or prevent COVID-19 infection, something the FDA says is false. That's... If you make a claim that your product can treat COVID while we're going through COVID, you are a snake oil salesman.
Yeah.
You are Chris
Just like
Hansen. You
My
are
Pillow guy.
My Pillow guy. You are Jim Baker. You should be labeled as such. We should give these guys branding across their face. Like just burn a fucking money sign over their eye to let them know that you can't trust them with your money. Applicants seeking PPP loans were asked to certify they weren't engaged in any activity that is illegal under federal, state, or local law. The question is whether Baker's involvement in ongoing litigation and fraud allegations will rise to the level of a Small Business Administration review. It's likely, according to attorney Daniel Grooms, a former federal prosecutor who worked in the Justice Department for 15 years, there's every reason to think that an entity led by a person with the profile he has, given his history and given the ongoing fraud issues surrounding the product he was selling, that those ongoing investigations and the ongoing attention, it would be realistic to think that it would lead to further investigation of his PPP loans.
Further investigation of his PP.
I'm going to investigate that PP, Baker. Let me see that PP, Jimmy Baker.
PPP. You down with PPP?
I am
Yeah,
down.
you know me.
Every last holy.
Hey, you're a Canadian. You can't sing that.
You know what's funny, though? In Ontario, they have a type of police called the OPP.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that?
No.
It stands for the Ontario Police. The Ontario.
I don't know what it
People-
is. Hold on.
People Protectors.
People protected.
I'm not sure what it stands for. Ontario Provincial Police. That's what it is.
That's the one.
Yep. It says OPP on their cars.
You down
I
with
noticed that.
OPP?
Yeah.
Nope.
Nope.
Ontario
I'm not.
represent.
I think we don't really need to read more of this.
All right.
It's crazy that Jim
Where I am.
Baker is shilling money out of the government.
So, not only do we have all of the problems that are going on right now because of COVID, but we also have another possible 2 hurricanes hitting the Gulf. That's another thing to worry about. And on top of that, there's also a large asteroid on its way by November.
That's so 2020.
Doesn't this come up
Fucking
all
one
the
thing
time?
after another.
Yeah, sometimes it's larger than others, and sometimes it's way closer. You know, when we're talking distance out there, distance is all relative to, you know, the size and scope of everything.
What's the URL for this website? dicktohouston.com?
Click.
Oh. And
Is the asteroid going to land on North Korea?
it's 2020, year of all things terrible, so it should not come as a surprise that on top of global pandemic and murder hornets, there's an asteroid that scientists are watching that has a lot of people on the internet talking.
I forgot about the murder hornets. Add that to the list.
Yeah, dude, there's so much shit.
And the wildfire?
And then, like, what happens if New Orleans gets flooded again? Trump will have, like, the biggest mess. Maybe he'll lose the election on purpose.
You know, Biden, you're right.
Here you go,
Have
Biden.
it.
You can handle this.
Oh, by the way, you mentioned the wildfire. You know, back in January when I went out to that area, I visited the redwood forest out there, and it was beautiful. And now it's all gone.
It's not all gone, is it?
A lot of it. All the places I went to is gone.
In Northern California?
Yeah, the redwoods
Yeah.
are burning.
Yeah. It's pretty fucked up.
It's beautiful forest too, man.
Those
Man.
trees are so old and huge.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
there's one tree that actually got like burnt out or something. You could walk into it, and I mean, I was walking around inside the fucking tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's huge.
That must have been surreal.
It's really cool.
Yeah, because, like, we have big evergreens here, and those are really big trees, but they're not even close to a redwood.
Yeah, redwoods are huge,
Yeah.
dude.
It's 2020, year of all things terrible.
So how big is this?
We'll see.
However,
Golf
before you
ball.
start packing your go bags and finding secluded underground shelter, there are a few things you should know about asteroid 2018 VP1. The asteroid was first observed on November 3rd, 2018, and has not been seen since November 16th, 2018, according to scientific data. According to the Jet Propulsion Laboratory, the asteroid has been classified as an NEA, or near-Earth asteroid. Each object classified into the category is put into one of four groups. The 2018 VP1 has been put into the Apollo group, which means it has an orbit that is larger than Earth's, but also intersects with Earth's orbit.
Okay, and I guess there's a diagram here. Let's see.
Did Tom Arnold record
So
this diagram?
which one did it say it was?
It was an Apollo, yeah.
Yeah, so there is an intersection. If you can see right here, there are two
The
orbits.
top one's an egg.
A delicious egg.
Yeah.
Amor.
Interesting.
Athens, Ateris, it's Apollo. How big is the asteroid? Data shows the asteroid is about 0.002 kilometers in diameter, which is equivalent to about 6.6 feet.
So it's not that big.
We're talking a little bigger than me.
Huh?
6.6 feet?
That's the diameter, so...
Oh.
But it's still gonna fuck us all up.
So
right?
the diameter is the line through the center, right?
Yeah, but it goes all the way through.
Okay.
Like from side to side.
Weird. Is it going to hit Earth?
The asteroid has not been seen since November 2018, and even then, scientists only had about 12 days to observe it and collect as much data as possible. Scientists are able to know exactly where Earth is in its orbit, but due to the short observation period and its lengthy absence from observation, it's difficult to predict anything with 100% certainty. That being said, astronomers
Also,
were able
the
to...
Arecibo telescope (PINPR) is currently massively damaged, which is one of the primary telescopes we use to monitor near-Earth asteroids. Also, all of California's big fires would not be an issue if we let the smaller fires burn 20 to 30 years ago.
Yeah, controlled burns to prevent large burns. I've seen them do that on the side of the freeway here. Like, just like off of I-90, just burning the brush.
Yeah.
Did you ever see, one time I was in downtown Seattle and they had goats eating all the stuff under the freeway. Like, I was walking down the street and I smelled something that smelled like the zoo, and I looked down and they had a bunch of goats penned down there. I've
goats
never
eat
seen
the
that anywhere
garbage.
else. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy. Well, they were eating, they were basically using them as like lawnmowers to clear all the brush out from under the overpass. It was crazy. Anyway.
According to their calculations, the asteroid has a 0.41 chance of hitting Earth. That means there's a 1 in 240 chance that it will make an impact or a 99.95% chance that it will miss Earth. So you're more likely to get hit by this asteroid than to get coronavirus?
No. No.
Then if it's only 6.6 feet, then this asteroid could land on Kim Jong-un's sister, and the rest of us would be okay, right?
No, because then someone else will take her place.
Yeah, but there probably won't be quite as evil as her. Odds are.
So we're talking a 1 in 240 chance that this will make impact with Earth. I wonder what the damage would be if it hit Earth.
It doesn't seem that big to me.
Yeah, but something like that crashing into Earth is going to make a big bump.
Wouldn't part of it burn up on its way in, though? Like,
to hit the atmosphere.
Because meteors start off way bigger than they are when they hit the ground here because they burn up in the atmosphere because there's a lot of friction.
A lot of
it
people,
might be like half the size or something. I don't know how much.
A lot of people think it might hit G-Man.
One could only hope.
They're saying this could be a gift from God for G-Man.
It'd be funny if it had a dick on it and it when it hit him.
That would be very ironic if he dies by a giant meteor dick.
What if it hit G-Man and he became a mixture of Bible Man and Meteor Man?
Meteor Man's so old school.
That would be awesome.
That'd be pretty cool.
It hit him. Oh, now I'm a transgender person. Oh, that would be fucking great.
That'd be so poetic.
Do you see this?
Man, yeah. Man arrested on kidnapping charge at home of WWE star Sonya Deville.
Some guy tried to kidnap one of the women wrestlers.
He was outside of her house with all the utilities, all the utensils you would need to kidnap a woman. Which, if you're a real man...
A fork and a knife?
If you're a real man, it's just your bare hands. But this guy had to have, like, bullshit utensils because he's fucking pussy.
I don't think people call the stuff they use to kidnap people utensils.
Yeah, utensils, kind of a weird word
What's
choice.
what you use to, like, eat your dinner with, right? Your utensils?
Yes.
Yeah.
Eat your dinner, yes, not kidnap people.
Okay. We can argue that later. A man was arrested Sunday on a kidnapping charge at the home of WWE star Sonya Deville. Philip A. Thomas was arrested and charged with 3 felonies, attempted armed kidnapping, armed burglary, and aggravated stalking at a home in Lutz, Florida, according to police. Thomas is also being charged with misdemeanor criminal mischief. He is being held without bond. The Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office announced the arrest but did not release the homeowner's name. ESPN confirmed via public records that the home is owned by WWE's Deville, whose real name is Daria Baronato. Police said Thomas had been planning the alleged crime for 8 months.
Is that Hornswoggle?
It might as well be, dude.
It does kind of look like him, doesn't it?
Yeah.
A little weirdo. He'd been planning the alleged crime for 8 months. Sheriff Chad Chronister said Thomas talked to the alleged victim on social media for years. According to Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office news release, Thomas entered the home at 2:43 a.m. Sunday after the homeowner went to bed through a back sliding glass door. The entry triggered an alarm, which led to the homeowner looking out the window and seeing Thomas on the property. The homeowner and a guest fled the house in a car and called 911. Thomas was still inside. Thomas was still inside the residence when officers arrived. According to the release, he was carrying a knife, plastic zip ties, duct tape, mace, and other personal items.
Oh, I gotta know what those are. I gotta know what the personal items were.
The release said Thomas cut a hole in a patio screen earlier in the night and remained there for 3 to 4 hours, watching and listening to what was happening inside the home through the windows. Thomas went to Florida from his home in South Carolina, telling deputies that he planned to take the homeowner hostage. According to the release, officers, I plan to take her hostage. This guy
They're like, oh, shit.
This is not Thomas the creator. This is Thomas the creeper. Actually, anybody named Thomas is creepy. Our deputies are unveiling the suspect's disturbing obsession with this homeowner who'd never met, but stalked on social media for years. Chronister said in a statement, "It's frightening to think of all the ways this incident could have played out had the home alarm not gone off and alerted the homeowner of an intruder. Our deputies arrived within minutes and arrested this man who was clearly on a mission to inflict harm." DeVille addressed the incident on social media Sunday, saying it was a very frightening experience, but thankfully everyone is safe.
I wonder if they found out that he was a fan, or if it was just a coincidence that she's famous.
He's a fan.
You think so?
100%, dude.
Because of the pasty white guy with the neck beard?
Because he's been talking to her online for months.
He?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow, what a weirdo. All right. I'm sorry for interrupting. Keep going.
Thomas, 24, is listed on his jail records as being an Applebee's crew member in Florida. This guy served Vadim his damn cheeseburger the night Vadim almost had a three-way, but this guy kidnapped the two women Vadim was going to have a three-way with, and so Vadim was cock-blocked by this kidnapper. Son of a bitch.
Well, they did say he drove from South Carolina, remember?
Hold on. I got a question here. Why is Sonia calling herself daddy on her Twitter account?
Because
that's what her gimmick is.
That's weird.
She's daddy.
Yeah.
She's the first openly lesbian WWE superstar.
Yeah, I mean, Becky Lynch calls herself the man.
What do you mean it's not daddy?
That's strange.
She's daddy. She's the daddy dom lesbian DeVille. Daddy DeVille.
Yeah.
She's made any sense.
You don't have to be a father to be daddy.
No.
It would have been funny. It says she's a former MMA fighter.
male.
It would have been funny if she would have beat the shit out of him.
She probably would have.
Yeah.
Well, the other girl that was staying with, I don't know who it was also WWE wrestler. So they were probably, he listened for hours. You know that he was listening to them eating each other out. That's what was happening.
Yeah, they should look at his phone and see what he's got on there.
Yeah.
Rude.
They were sexing each other.
Rude.
Well, whatever, you know.
They're just two women who were spending some time together. I spend time with you guys all the time. We're not sexing each other all the time.
All the time.
Not all the time.
So this is pretty crazy. Basically, postal workers are just Washington postal workers defy USPS orders and reinstall mail sorting machines. So they're just doing it like, fuck you. We need them.
Postal workers in Washington State have reinstalled high-speed mail sorting machines dismantled after controversial orders from the U.S. Postal Service despite USPS orders not to put machines back in use.
Do this in states where it's really going to affect the election. Postal workers in Washington should be urging postal workers in swing states to do the same.
Yeah.
After embattled Postmaster General Louis DeJoy announced he would pause recent controversial changes to U.S. Postal Service protocol, the service told workers not to reinstall removed equipment. 40% of the high-speed mail sorting machines in the Seattle-Tacoma area were disconnected or dismantled since the changes went into effect, according to KUOW Public Radio in Seattle, with workers in the Tacoma, Washington sorting plant saying 8 of their 18 machines that sort and postmark letters were disconnected and pushed into a corner.
There's no sense. Yeah. Why? Because we know the reason why. But if you say it, people, it does sound like a conspiracy theory. I think it is a conspiracy theory at this point. But we know why, right? We know why.
Look, these machines are here to make everybody's job easier. We're going to unplug them, though, because fuck you.
Yeah.
A sorting machine in Wenatchee, Washington was also reconnected against the orders of the Postal Service head of maintenance, Kevin Couch. Only 2 facilities, Seattle-Tacoma and one in Dallas, seem to be ignoring the Postal Service's directive to leave decommissioned sorting machines out of use.
Yeah, and I don't think we need to read the rest. I think it's interesting because we were covering this last time, and there are some, I guess, rogue postal workers that are like, no, we're not going to let this happen. They're here. Yeah. Like, there's no reason to just take down sorting machines. And the timing of it is really questionable, too. Like, why do it now? Why disable mail sorting machines right before...
Purposely slow down the mail.
We're going to have the biggest vote by mail election ever because of Corona.
We're going to
And with the mail slowed down, they can claim that, things didn't get in time.
We're going to need to slow down the mail and make everybody handle each piece of mail by hand because of Corona, so all the mail workers can get sick touching this.
It's about public health.
Can sort it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the ticket.
You got to count all the hanging chads.
Everyone watching right now, please like the stream. Liking the stream helps us a lot. Also, subscribing helps too. We're going to move on to the next segment, but I think we're going to read the few Streamlabs that came through. We do have a goal that we're trying to meet before the end of this week. This is the first day of the week. If you want to throw us a couple bucks, we'll read your comments live on stream. If you throw us more than 20, you'll get it read out live on the air by TTS. Take it away, Billy.
I am having to refresh here.
Oh, in the meantime, while we're waiting for that, please use your Brave browser to send us your bats. We could use your bats right now. Bats have gone up 20 cents per bat recently, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when you have a lot of bats, that's a lot of money. So please send us your bats. It would be extremely helpful.
How many I got?
Yeah, and download the Brave browser.
Like time to sell.
We get bats just by people downloading the browser. So if you can download the browser and use it every time you watch DP, you'd be helping us out a lot.
Buzz Toaster said G-Man said a lot of horrible things the other night, but the most disgusting thing was when he said he thought Shani was an attractive woman.
You know, Shani turned on him. Did you guys hear about this?
Yes, she did.
Yeah, we're going to talk. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
I think Shani is perfectly...
She's just a female Brett Keane, really.
Perfectly attractive to Rev and G-Man. That's perfect. They deserve each other. Kilo gave some big love talking about the Arecibo telescope being massively damaged.
Oh, yeah. We have promos, by the way, tonight by both competitors for this Friday's actual Mania pay-per-view.
Roman Rhodes says, G-Man and the Masters of Stupidity.
G-Man and the Masters of Stupidity.
And Lord of Nurgle says, does pineapple belong on pizza?
No!
There's only one correct answer.
No!
It absolutely does, yes.
Delicious. A Canadian would say that.
Delicious.
The answer is, did you pay for the pizza, and do you like pineapple on it?
And do you like to be stabbed in the face? Because you bring a pineapple pizza around me, I'm stabbing you.
Pimmunk,
delicious.
I would
don't worry, Pimmunk.
I would put
I'll
the
eat it
pineapple
for you.
pizza at the bottom of an escalator, and whatever your favorite pizza is at the top of the escalator, and you could choose. You could choose. You could have either slice.
I don't care. I mean,
Very few people.
I'll fucking eat
very few people. Oh yeah, I mean, like if it's free pizza, like I won't eat as much if it's pineapple though. Maybe like one slice. It grosses me out, and I do also want to say like a lot of people don't know how to bake pineapple. So what ends up happening is it's like scalding hot in the middle. And then they get cold really quick. So if you eat the pizza right out of the oven with the pineapple, you'll like bite into it and like lava like pours out of it when you bite into it. But then if you don't eat it, you give it like 5 minutes, then the pineapple gets stone cold on its own, and then like what are you gonna do then? No, it doesn't mesh well with pizza. It's an atrocity. Anyway,
it's delicious.
If you bought the pizza, put whatever you want on the pizza.
I mean, yeah, of course. That's like whatever. Yeah, do whatever you want. Put poop on it too if you want.
You gotta have some ham on there to balance it out, though.
Do whatever.
Hypothesis says, for the record, Benoit didn't kill his entire family.
Yeah, I get it. He has kids that are still alive. Yeah, he's got kids that are still alive. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for like checking every minute detail of what I say. That's so great. Really helps me say things. You know,
I hate it when people nitpick things I say.
Yeah, I hate it too, but not when you do it to him. When you do it to me, that's it.
Ham is basically poop. Bill Hicks, what the fuck is wrong with you?
What?
Bill Hicks said ham is basically poop.
I don't think so.
Sliced bread has a good idea. Pineapple on pizza with jalapeno and ham. He didn't say ham. I said that.
Canadian bacon is ham, though.
Canadian bacon sucks ass.
Yeah,
I can say that as a Canadian.
Yeah, I'm not.
It's terrible.
I'm not into it. Here we go.
Eat what you like, and if you can't afford to eat what you like, eat what you can.
Still.
I saw someone in the chat mention green chili pizza, and yes, I do like that. I got indoctrinated into it living in New Mexico because they like to add green chili to. Yeah, they add like roasted green chilies to everything to spice it up. So
they do.
Yeah, so like burgers.
Never had that, but I would try that for sure.
Yeah, I got used to green chili burgers. I used to go to this.
Fucking awesome.
I used to go to this place that would deep fry, like tempura deep fry green chilies and put them on a burger.
Green chilies are tasty.
So good.
You ever have tacos where they have like the pineapple roasted on a spit and they like shave the pineapple off? Pastor into like into your carnitas, your pork.
I don't have a problem with Pineapple on pastor tacos. I just don't think it belongs on pizza.
Pineapple on tacos is bomb.
Yeah,
we got a Mexican place downtown here that does really good pastor.
Yeah, I love that stuff. Let's see. We have some oddities lined up. Here's the first one.
Oh God, what is it?
So this guy's about to rock out. Look, he's got a nice guitar.
I think he skipped the middleman and did all the drugs before he became a star.
So this guy, but I mean, look, he's got a picture of him that looks like it's from like 30 years ago of him with a guitar on top of his piano. He's got that shirt like he's an old washed up rock and roll guy, you know?
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Did you see the musical performance at the end of the first night of the Democratic National Convention?
No, I didn't. I only watched clips of it. I didn't watch the actual thing.
You didn't see the musical performance clips at all?
No.
Dude, we probably should have watched that on the show.
That'll get a flag.
Maybe. It was so fucking nuts.
Watch this shit. It looks like there's a picture of him with a band too over there on the left.
Fuck. Man, I identify with that.
Got uploaded it like it is anyway.
Here comes his dog. He's got this big husky.
Do you think he uploaded this himself, or is this just like his kid taping him?
This is probably a stream or something. And huskies are very vocal.
Tell me the husky eats him now.
What you doing?
What you doing?
Fall off your chair.
That dog was very vocal.
I keep trying to fucking shut the door. Drop me guitar, please.
Alright, I've got it.
Okay, Papa. I got your guitar.
Have you ever heard
such a fucking circus?
Have you ever heard a husky say "I love you"? They can do that. They're like, "Arr, arr." It's really weird.
They're beautiful animals too. Gotta love a dog.
Is he gonna sit back down on the chair?
Wash, rinse, repeat.
Wash, rinse, repeat.
Yeah, it almost had a Chewbacca vibe going on.
Wash, rinse, repeat.
Dumbass.
Sharon!
Chat saying that the picture of the guy on the piano is Brian May from Queen, not this guy.
This isn't Brian May from Queen here?
That'd be funny. Maybe.
I thought this was Ozzy Osbourne. Sharon!
I fell in chair, made me fall.
Damn it, Sharon!
Is this the pilot episode of the Osbournes?
What is this? All right, here's another video. Oh no!
Yeah, Shotty got all the
dangs.
It don't stop, won't stop, keep on pushing. You know, straight up though. You know what I'm saying? This is a place where Keanu Reeves filmed, you know what I'm saying, Matrix 4 with the things.
With the
things! Shout goes out to my explosive hands. You know what I'm
Matrix
saying?
4 with
the
the
never
things.
gonna stop with the things.
With the
Shout out to
things.
Keanu Reeves and everybody pushing. Los gonna give y'all shadow boxing again. You know what I'm saying? For reals though.
For
y'all
reals,
know,
though.
Straight up though.
This
you
man
know?
got hit in his head
It's
in
like his brain is a
1996.
skipped record.
Yeah.
With the things.
He got hit in his head hard in 1996.
Saying I schooled them suckers like I ain't
He was
no
actually
thing. You know
a stunt
what I'm
double
saying?
for Rufio on the set of Hook.
Rufio.
And he hit his head.
Has he ever actually seen anybody do shadow boxing before? 'Cause it doesn't look like it.
He's like dancing and shadow boxing.
He hit his head during a mistimed bangarang, and ever since, he's been incapable of shadow boxing correctly.
Krendar, I don't think you can handle his fancy footwork. He's floating like a butterfly. Look at this. With the things.
With the things. With the things. You know, they don't want none. You don't want none.
They don't want none.
Know, for reals though. Oh, they trying to put pressure with them things. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know what he's saying. Like normally when people say that, I know what they're saying.
Every single time Hannibal says it, I know exactly what he's saying.
Right. This guy, I don't know what he's saying. I don't know what the things. I don't know the things. I don't know what things he's talking about.
What them things?
I don't know what things. What are the things?
We know what he's saying when he says, "You know what I'm saying." But that's about it.
For real? For real though.
The things are his fists.
Oh,
You know
look at
what
that
the
puppy. The things.
Pimmunk's got a fucking North Korean Happy Meal over there.
For reals though. Blokes put pressure with them things, knocking them out with them things.
I was really excited because Mike Tyson was supposed to have his return fight next month, and now it's been pushed back to November
because of COVID.
I don't know. I don't know what I think it's actually like agreeing on terms and stuff, because I don't think they thought that they were going to have an actual crowd for it, but maybe it's an exhibition. But I think they're going to go hard on each other, and they're the same age and everything. It's just Mike Tyson had more of he had more high profile career, but the other guy's just as qualified and might win.
Roy Jones was a bad motherfucker in the day, boy.
Yeah, I know. For reals though. Them
For
suckers,
reals, though.
They don't want none with them things.
With them things.
Yeah, I know. For reals though. You know what I'm saying? As the Lopes gonna keep on doing what he does with them things. Hands.
Should have Mike Tyson fight this guy instead of Roy Jones.
That'd be awesome to see this guy just be out cold.
It'd be 10 seconds long.
I would love that.
Too explosive with the things. Yeah, I know. For real.
It's crazy because if you look at Mike Tyson like a year ago, he was fat for Mike Tyson. You know, a guy that was always like super fit. He had like a big gut and everything, and now he at least has the appearance of Mike Tyson, from 20-30 years ago.
Yeah, good.
Yep.
Them suckers.
Wouldn't it be a great twist if you put this guy in the ring with Mike Tyson and this guy beat the shit out of Tyson?
Yeah, I mean,
Nobody would see that coming.
He's in front of.
Defense too impregnable with the things.
His defense is impregnable.
Easily float on them suckers like it ain't no thing. You know what I'm saying? So quick, up on quick with the things.
This is the kind of guy you see on the sidewalk. You just do your best to ignore him.
Y'all don't want none.
Y'all don't want none.
Things. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like this guy couldn't even wrap a Christmas present.
Is he trying to rap?
No, he he doesn't have the dexterity to even wrap a Christmas present.
I thought it was like a pun that you were making.
No, it's like I'm trying to think of what he physically is capable of, because he can barely hold his own with them things.
I mean, he can set up a camera and hit record on it. So
that's pretty good.
Do you think he mostly acts this way when the camera's on, like he's hamming it up?
I don't know. Like setting up a camera and hitting record is like very simple. The dexterity of having to wrap a present, I'm trying to think of what the most impressive thing this guy could do is.
He's wearing clothes so he can at least dress himself. Can we give him that?
We don't know that he dressed himself.
That's true.
And you know what I'm saying? Let's make it all easy work with the things.
I feel like he could feed himself.
Yeah, no. Much love to all the fans doing their thing.
I think this is his performance art, and I think he's more functional than this gives him credit.
Love to all the women that's knocking suckers out with the things. As
with
I
them
do
things.
what I does with the things.
What I does.
Know, for reals though. Technique too good, up on good, as we doing it from San Jose to Frisco, you know what I'm saying, to all over the Bay.
I do not know what you're saying. I know where Frisco is.
All over the world, knocking them suckers out with the things.
With the things.
Suckers, yeah. God bless all the fans. You know what I'm saying? As it don't stop, won't stop with the things. You know, where they film with the Matrix 4 with the things. You know, for reals though. You know what I'm saying? To the fans, Lowe's gonna keep on doing what he does. From the streets to the gym. You know what I'm saying? For reals though. I school them suckers with one hand like I ain't no thing.
This is what you're saying.
He is saying a lot of things, but you're not listening.
Yeah. Do you know what he's saying, Crendor?
My comprehension is just not on this guy's level, I'm afraid.
Man, you don't have those things.
That's right.
You're not with the things.
No, I'm saying, Crendor. You with them things?
For real, though.
Crendor, for real,
them
though.
Things.
This guy got hit in the head in the 90s, and this has just been his life ever since. Uh-oh.
Hey, I'm going to do my video. I'm walking around in circles.
I like how we have these two guys back to back.
I think
makes this guy look 10 times more coherent.
I think he wears that same shirt all the time. He's got a big shirt that says cookies on it.
Cookies.
Cookies are good.
When are we getting Police Cop Chokehold Part 73?
I'll go this way.
Well, he's making.
Nah, go this way.
Yeah, it's me walking in a circle.
You know what he's
video.
doing? He's the one that started the two fucking the tropical storms. He's
look at the form. He's doing a great job at walking in a circle, Billy.
This is how he started the hurricane, tropical storms. He spun them into existence.
You know why
in circles?
Well, Billy, why is he wearing a shirt that says cookies when we know he's famous for his cakes?
Man, because the shirt says cookies, the shorts say cakes.
Oh, there you go.
So I'm walking around in circles.
Circles.
So I'm making myself dizzy doing this.
The cookies shirt, I think, is a marijuana shirt.
Doing this.
I think it's a marijuana brand.
Guy is the master of telling us what he's doing.
I'm making myself dizzy.
Well, there you go. He stopped still for a minute. Now he's going back.
That time he was like, I got tired because I'm fat.
He's doing his Steven Regal.
Yeah, he did say that. Oh, he's kicking. Oh,
shit.
Oh, he's mixing it up a little bit. I love it when he blew a kiss at the end of the one video.
Yeah, that was to me because I kept talking about his kikes.
He appreciated that you noticed.
You gotta get that center.
Yeah. Fix.
Can't be off.
Kick.
Now.
It's better than Jared's
just walk around in
kicks.
circles.
That's true.
I would like to actually see him and Jared fight
Also,
for
his
real.
door's cleaner too.
I can't tell how tall this guy is based on, like, doorknobs could be at different heights too, and doors can be different heights, but he doesn't look that tall here.
I don't know which way I want to turn.
This room looks like it has a taller ceiling than the room we're in now.
So I'm walking around in circles.
Maybe. Walk around in circles. I'm gonna walk around in circles.
Walk around in circles.
What do you suggest that the calendar is? What, about 16 inches tall? You think?
I have no idea.
It's maybe 17 inches tall. 8x5 times 2.
What's the average area of a calendar of that stature?
I thought it would be like a piece of paper but doubled, so 11 by 8.5. Doubled would be 11 by 17 inches. So maybe that calendar is 17 inches tall.
It's a 55-inch TV.
Yeah, that's a 55-inch.
I think we should set up a match of
it's that
Jared Genesis
he's
versus
gigantic.
Them Things.
In the thighs.
Jared Genesis, them things.
Them
Them
Things.
I think Jared would beat up
I see
them
my
things.
eyes. I feel dizzy. Do I walking back and forth?
I don't know, man.
Walking around.
He's tired.
I think them things and Cop Chokehold, they're both like Pokemon. They have very limited vocabulary. They're lovable, but they're kind of dopey.
Squirtle.
Yeah.
Squirtle.
Jared's not a Pokemon.
Squirtle.
Jared's a predator, creeper.
I'd hug you.
Jared is a pedomon.
Yeah, I don't like him.
He's trying to catch them all.
He's out watching cuties right now.
We should get somebody to code us a app and call it crazy people go or something, and then you go to like Walmart, and this guy will just pop up in the cracker aisle. Be like, please got a chokehold
them all.
Yeah, and you gotta like rub his belly to get him to not chokehold you. That'd be a fun augmented reality app brought to you by Drunken Peasants.
This guy here is the player character, right? And he's going around and choke holding all the weirdos.
That would be a good game too.
I wanted to announce to everyone that coming up this Friday, Actual Mania 11 for all patrons $5 and above. You can still sign up, and you can watch the show that Billy and I did this past Friday as well, and all the other content that's still available up there. Literal years of content. Post shows, private shows, movie reviews, all that stuff. It's all up there. $5 and above gets you the 2 private shows. Right now, our card, I'll start from the bottom and work my way up. So the first event. Oh, and maybe we should explain what Actual Mania is, just in case someone's watching.
For those of you that don't know about Actual Mania, it's a kind of like a fantasy football league, but instead of football players, we pit crazy people that we watch on the show head to head, and we play videos from each of them, and our audience, our patron audience, picks a winner, and
they vote.
Yeah, they vote, and it's kind of like a fun little way to have some laughs and make some jokes and make it interactive.
And watch the videos. Some revisiting old videos, some watching new videos, but basically the performance on the video determines who wins. So coming up, we have our world title match leading off this next pay-per-view. The world champion Tila Tequila defends her Actual Mania title against Jared Genesis. And Jared Genesis chosen by everyone as the winner of the Oopsie Battle Royal.
The Oopsie Battle Royal. He's coming in with a championship. Well, not a championship win, but a win off the big tournament, big tournament win. And he will go against Tila Tequila, and I'm hoping Tila Tequila reigns supreme. But she had a recent character change that has left her closely aligned with God, and it's given up some of her most craziest aspects.
Yes.
And that things do not look good for the Tequila Mockingbirds.
Second match of the night. This is kind of a weird concept that we're trying. We're trying guest referees just to make it more entertaining. I don't think necessarily any of these people are going to be contenders for titles in Actual Mania, but we have John Cena versus Goldust, 2 wrestlers with Howard Stern as the special guest referee.
Yeah.
So we're going to be watching John Cena's appearance on Howard Stern versus Goldust's appearance on Howard Stern, and the people vote which one's better.
Yeah. They have some pretty crazy interviews.
The next one we have the tag team champions, the Slayton sisters versus the Olsen twins.
Yeah, that's crazy because the Olsen twins are effectively anorexic and the Slayton sisters are effectively
obese,
gigantic.
Yes.
That would be a cute
I think they
one.
might win.
We have another guest referee match. This is going to be Macho Man Randy Savage on Arsenio Hall versus the Ultimate Warrior on Arsenio Hall.
Arsenio Hall is a special guest referee.
Yep.
So that'll be fun. Their interviews with Arsenio were mad. They were absolutely crazy.
Then we're going to have the Ultimate Grudge match, which I think a year ago would have went very different, but now I don't know who will win. It's Onision versus Chris Hansen, the Ultimate Grudge match.
Oh, shit.
Who will the people vote for? Who does our audience despise more?
I don't even know.
It's almost like the election we're about to have now. People hate both of them. They're going to vote for the one they hate the least.
Which the election we have now will be a matchup probably next month. Or maybe in October. Maybe we'll wait till October. But before the elections, we're going to have Joe Biden versus Donald Trump in Actual Mania. So that's one coming around the corner.
World champion, Cringerweight championship match, the main event. The first time the Cringerweight title has been the main event match. It's going to be defending Cringerweight champion Egghead versus the Creator, Thomas the Creator.
Creator.
Yeah, and Egghead, it's Egghead's part of the entertainment when he has a match. My hope, if I was Egghead's manager right now, I would say, Egghead, don't freak out. Don't freak out at no matter what happens, keep your cool.
That's not how you be cringy.
Well, sometimes it works against him. Like the first time he lost, he freaked out on everybody before he even fully lost, before the voting closed, and people saw him doing that and all
You're supposed to
changed
freak
their
out on your opponent, not on the fans.
Right, the voting fans. Yeah, you want them on your side. Let's get through these two promos really quick, and then we'll move on to the antagonism segment.
Creator says that he's already in Dallas. Woo! The hunt is on. And so, I have an idea. Instead of, me saying, come find me, I'm gonna go through I'm going right back to the fucking place where I filmed that fucking video. I'm going back to the Kroger. I hope to see you there, Creator.
What was with the eyebrow dance?
Krogering.
The Krogering.
I'm out here. Thomas the Creator. Where the fuck are you? You said that you know exactly where the hell this Kroger behind me is,
well, he's in disguise.
Where are you? I don't see you anywhere. You said that you knew where the hell I am, so where the fuck are you?
Would it be gold if he come up behind him right now?
All the way around this damn parking lot.
Bellies.
Didn't see you at all, so I don't know. Maybe it makes me think that you're not actually here. But, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you're there. Maybe you're actually at the movie theater. Maybe you're actually there. Maybe you're there.
That says Egghead wants to end up in a trunk. I think he does.
As we speak. Oh, wait.
Everybody got
Wait a
duct
second.
tape to the chair.
Wait. That's right. During my 8 years of living in this city, I've worked at multiple movie theaters.
Uh-oh.
Could be any one of them. So, you know what? Let's just go look for you. Let's go look for you at all the movie theaters, shall we? Let's go do this. So, here we are at one of my theaters that I've worked at during my 8 years here in Dallas, Texas.
Onward. More like awkward.
Boy, this feels weird. Because right behind me, this theater is closed due to COVID. Ooh, Onward. That was an old nuts. This feels like nostalgia right now, but who knows? But Creator, where are you?
Never heard of Onward.
I don't see you.
Onward was the last movie I saw in
I don't
theaters.
see you at all.
Oh my God! How much longer is this? Is this whole video just you going around being like, "Where are you?
Yeah, where are you?
Where are you?
Yeah. Hey guys,
You said that you're looking for me. You said that you
First time he did
knew.
it, where he's like, "Where are you? Where are you? Where are you?" Spinning around and shit.
I like how Egghead's wearing the mask, even though he's like not around actual people.
Specifically,
he just got out of his car and put it on. That's
the theater
awesome.
that I worked at.
I don't do that shit.
But which theater did I work at?
If I get out of my
Do I
car, no
work
one's
at?
around. I just get out of my fucking car.
Did I work at? Because so far, I don't see you at all. So, so maybe you're nothing but a fucking liar, dude.
Whoa!
You're nothing but a liar. But that's just only one of the theaters that
I just saw someone in the chat say this is basically the video you made for Leafy, where you're walking around like, "Where's Leafy?
Yeah,
Is he over here?"
Except mine was
I worked at on the second theater.
Was it?
So here we
Yeah, I wasn't so fucking
one of
long-winded.
the other theaters that I've worked at in my 8 years living in Dallas, Texas.
And I went outside Leafy's
Creator.
house and filmed there.
Thomas the Hooker Tom Creator.
I really can't see the theater, so why didn't he just stay at one theater and walk around the building?
I don't see anyone, dude.
Nah, it's Egghead, man. He's always goes above and beyond.
He does.
Don't see you anything. I don't see you anywhere. Where are you, dude? You said you were in Dallas. You said you knew exactly where I was. Where are you? I'm all over the town. I'm all over the city.
All over the town.
I'm painting the town red. Tar Nation.
Again, I don't think you're actually here. Oh well. On to the next play.
What? Retard Nation?
Looking at my theater right now as we speak. And yet, I don't see you anywhere, dude.
Whoa.
I don't see you anywhere.
Okay.
Called out.
You say that you're here. Before anywhere, dude. I don't see you anywhere. I'm walking past all the theaters that I've worked at. I've went to the theaters that I've worked at. I went to the Kroger that I went to. I don't see you, dude. Quite frankly, I think you're a liar. You're not here. Which is kind of disappointing, if you ask me.
The only person in the world to be disappointed that he's not actually being stalked is threatened.
You know, what pisses me off about all of this is the fact that you lied. You lied, dude. You absolutely lied to me.
You could have said this in 20 seconds.
That you were in Dallas. You said that you knew specifically where that Kroger was. You knew specifically.
Boom, you're a liar. In the video.
Look, Kalo, I went to 8 different movie theaters and the Kroger. You dumbass wasn't any of them. You know where else I went, Kalo? I went to the goddamn McDonald's because you're a fat shit. I went to the donut shop. I went to the Dairy Queen. I went to the motherfucking hog trough, Kalo, and you weren't there. You weren't there because you're a liar. You didn't come to my town. You don't leave your house. You don't got to leave your house because actual many of your house can become a grave of your own making. When I kill you, live, main event, actual many 11.
Goddamn pandemic going on, egghead going all over fucking town, risking his fucking life for this shit.
But he's showing off the cute Ryby shirt he's wearing. That's not bad.
I want to see the rest of it.
The rest of Ryby's shirt?
Hey, that's
I want to see the whole design, not just the top half of it.
It's
that sounds like harassment.
It's Ryby climbing out of a trash can, I think, because she's totally trash.
Where I worked, and yet I went back to the
the
Kroger. I went to every single location where I've worked for the past 8 years that I've lived in this damn city. I didn't see one iota of a pathetic dollar store WWE sheep mask.
Would he wear his mask to come up on you like that? Wouldn't he just not wear the mask and then you wouldn't know what he looks like?
I want to see him wear nothing but the mask, like it's just taped over his genitals, and he's like rolling up butt booty naked, looking like the
That'd
fucking
be amazingly creepy, and I love it.
flesh blob Bob.
Like I said,
I appreciate it, kid. But I think it's kind of dumb he went all over town risking fucking COVID for this shit.
What if Egghead wakes up tomorrow morning and he has the mask on?
Unexpectedly. It would be really cringy if after all this driving around, Egghead got COVID. Like, just guys, I got COVID from doing the promo. No, Egghead, no, you cringy son of a bitch.
Tor, your words don't mean anything. You are a liar. You're still out in California. I'm not scared of you. I never will be scared of you.
Egghead needs a haircut.
You may be cringier than me, but I quite frankly do not care anymore.
It is cringy. It's just long. Like this ending part is cringy.
It's totally not angry.
Yeah, I don't care. I drove all the way around town to prove that you weren't in my town when nobody really thought that your fat ass got off the fucking couch anyways. Egghead has done more to get to where Egghead is at than the fucking creator did.
Yeah.
He's going to win this cringer weight, isn't he?
I do not know.
This is still going?
After this?
It's 48 minutes long. This is
That's going to help for sure.
Egghead had a live birth featured in this video. It was gross.
On Thursday for the signing of the contract, and boy, bring your A game, bring whatever the hell you want to bring.
Yeah, that is going to happen on the next DP episode, the contract signing. It's going to be insane.
Because I will be seeing you soon. Actual Mania is coming.
And we're going to have Scott in Asterios, which is going to make it even more hilarious.
Actual Mania is coming.
See you soon, buddy.
Cringy.
That's how he ends it?
That's cringy.
He looks like a Simpsons character right now.
Yeah, he does.
Seriously.
He does.
All right, here's the creator's promo. How long is this one?
Probably 48 fucking
A
minutes.
wise woman once said, I wear my scary mask when I'm afraid I don't belong.
Who is this? What?
This is Poppy.
Oh God, he's a Poppy fan.
Yeah.
Never heard of her.
Yeah, I'm pretty
That's
sure.
That's because you're not a teenage girl. That's why.
I'm pretty sure Kalo tried to
yeah,
kidnap
that's true.
Poppy one time.
Oh, so he's kind of like the guy that tried to kidnap the wrestler.
Except he forgot to bring his kidnapping utensils. So when he got there, she just called him a fat shit and he left.
Egghead, we are only 2 days away from the contract signing and 3 days away from actual Mania. I hope you're ready. Enough of the talking. Let's save it for the contract signing. I'm just here to remind you that I haven't forgot. I've been up. I haven't slept.
You got a hell of a
I've been
neck beard going on
tearing
there,
away
too,
at
don't
my
you?
clothes, as you can tell, because I am excited to get this win. And
the mask doesn't fit his face, by the way.
None of his clothes fit him.
Yeah.
None of his clothes fit him. I don't know if you
shirt
know
should I
this,
wear during
Egghead,
this promo?
but
I
I have
prefer the one with the giant
autism. That's what he said. He was like, Egghead, I don't know if you know this or not, but I have Asperger's syndrome.
hold my actual title next to my United States Championship on the wall. But yes, I will see you soon. Tick tock. You should be listening when the lamb comes around. You should be listening.
You can't handle him. Why is it? What's your history with him?
It's bothersome.
It's a bothersome history?
He's cringy. He's cringy.
Are you gonna remain neutral on this, or are you gonna call a winner that you think?
Well, based off these two promos,
As a former cringerweight champion, your word carries a lot of influence in this too.
It's up to the audience.
Oh, really? You're not gonna make a prediction?
Based off these two promos, this was way more cringy.
When I come around.
He kicks it off singing.
I like that. I like chat like.
Are you wearing a mask?
Is that a knife in his hand?
Yes.
Chat says that Egghead couldn't find this guy because this guy was sitting in Egghead's house the whole time waiting for him.
Egghead saved his own goddamn life.
Yep.
All right. Well, that was very interesting, to say the least. Right?
That was a thing.
Yeah. All right. Next segment. Here we go.
I should turn off the goddamn internet.
Oh, don't touch me. Don't touch me. DP,
Don't touch me, DP.
Are they gonna touch me, DP? I love that. I think that's pretty great.
Yeah, that's good.
I like the new jump scare at the end.
By the way, Onision made this video recently about how people with BPD ruin his life. Ruin his life. And it's just all. And he's like, I just don't get it. It just so happens everyone I meet with has BPD, and they try to ruin my life.
I don't get it.
Every single
Yeah, I don't
one.
get it. Why it's always I just happen to find people that just have BPD and they ruin my life. Interesting.
It's a terrible curse he's living under.
Yeah. Yeah. And then he made a website where he almost positioned it as if it was like a new URL to raise awareness on BPD, but when you go there, it's just him like leaking a bunch of info on someone he doesn't like.
This sounds like him.
Yeah. It's really interesting how that works.
Did he steal an artifact from an ancient Aztec temple, and that's why he got cursed?
Maybe I should play that video for Actual Mania. I don't know, man. There's some good ones. I mean, he's in Actual Mania, so
borderline personality disorder is BPD.
Yeah, it's a mental illness, but I think that I think he's just doing the thing where he's just calling them mentally ill to discredit them.
Yeah, of course. There's no way every single person he's ever met has that.
Well, every single person he just so happens to, like, at one point have some kind of either relationship or business association with.
Yeah, there's no way.
That later on turn on him. It's all their problem. It's all their mentally ill state.
Maybe one of them did. No way all of them did.
All right, here's this is Rev and Shanny. Pimmunk, get ready for this.
Yeah.
And became one of the last Jedi.
Is he wearing a Jedi robe and a New World Order t-shirt?
Coruscant?
Star Wars Edition, A New Hope. So
Ben, I didn't know you were from Coruscant.
Huh?
Judah Ben?
Judah Ben
must carry on this tradition of great leaders like Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan.
I like how he couldn't come up with a name, so he just stole the name of a planet.
To his friends. I will honor the Jedi and their amazing values. Family values.
Family values?
What the fuck is he doing?
We must lead this universe into the next peaceful era of no war.
Could you believe owning a microphone and making yourself sound worse with it?
Hey!
They realize you don't have to put it right up to your fucking mouth. But
Why the hell did he shave for this? He looks awful. More than usual.
Is what the Senate should be focused on while in Congress, right? We want peace.
How high is he right now?
I think he's high all the time. Remember that one time I was watching them?
Sober.
Remember that one time I was watching them live and he was all like, individual situation in the background? He was making me laugh because Shanny was all freaking out and like cussing people out, but he was in the background kind of almost like goofing on her a little bit. Like making it, I don't know.
Is that the problem, Pimmunk? He's high all the time, but he's sober now, and that's why he's all fucked up?
No, Shanny got him off the alcohol and drugs and stuff, don't you know?
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Don't you know?
Allegedly.
The Jedi seek peace.
They wouldn't lie, man. This is Shanny and Rev. They're Christian folks. They
I
would
was
not
born
lie.
on Coruscant. I was very highly blessed by the Force.
You were very high. And
pampered. And when it came time for me to be a man, I must serve the lords of the universe, which at the time was the Empire. This is my story.
Oh.
And Shanny Ray, being the queen of Alderaan that she is, must now take this microphone from me.
If you saw Shanny in the cantina,
you'd
like expect her to be in there with all the other
we don't
creatures.
serve that kind in here.
I'd be worried about the crime syndicate that I was getting involved with because she's clearly a Hutt.
No, she's the Rancor.
Oh fuck.
She damn sure is a rank whore. That's for damn
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
You got it. You figured it out.
She's a fine Christian woman who produces
Jabba
some of
the
the
Hutt.
greatest Christ porn I've ever seen.
Christ porn.
Porning for Christ.
porny for Christ.
That force. God.
What is she doing?
I have no idea.
Nobody knows.
I don't think she even knows.
Thank you.
Revelation News.
Oh, that's an ass.
Wow. Judah Van Croissant has left the building. Oh no. What has happened to this?
That's pretty cool. I think I'd rather watch the porn.
I'd rather watch my own
Jedi much nice sampler of old is what they're saying to you, my love. Oh, look at that. He's gonna put on his other gear. Yep. Oh, keep your hair like that.
This
though,
is
please.
sexy or something?
Why?
It's part of the
This is what they
Or
do
something.
when, and they're bringing their sex life on YouTube, and it's fucking weird.
So, but G-Man, though, that shit got a lot of attention. The stuff with G-Man that went down.
Did it?
Yeah.
Of course it did.
Like, people outside of our normal fan base were talking about it. Because they were like, wow, this is a new low even for G-Man.
Yeah.
That's an understatement.
For those of you that didn't see the night with G-Man, we brought him on. We were making some comments about him. He had said that Hannibal and Monty were racist, so we pulled him on to talk about it.
And he was defending Shanny by doing it.
Shanny.
Last episode, the episode before this.
He was referring to Monty as Hannibal, so it was really screwy, funny. I was like, let's call him Ben. Let's get him on here.
Yeah, and he kept name dropping, Paul's ego, TJ.
Actually, I like the point where he called you Scotty. Remember that? There was one point he called you Scotty.
I didn't know that. I didn't recognize that.
He's so intelligent. He's hyper intelligent.
Once.
So
hilarious.
He was making his commentary as usual, and it was a very G-Man style of commentary. And at some point in time, he made a comment about if there was a woman he was dating, and he found out that I think he said
that she had a penis.
Yeah, she had a penis, and she was lying about her penis. And I think it was if her penis was smaller than she said it was, he would kill her, or he would attack her.
I don't think the size mattered. I think her having one.
Oh yeah, it was. He said if he found out the woman he was dating was a man, that he would beat her within probably very
at
close
first
to
he
death.
made it sound like he would just kill them, and then we're like, "You said you'll kill somebody." He's like, "I didn't say kill."
I didn't
it's
say
like
kill. I said I would throw them out of a window, or
light them on fire,
light them on fire with gasoline, or I would beat him with a barbed wire baseball bat.
Right, and then he intentionally does a lot of this weird shit where he's like, oh, well, actually, I was just talking about Mick Foley. And then you're like, no, you weren't. He's like, yeah, actually, you're right. I wasn't. I would kill them. It's like, okay.
Yeah. And I actually got asked a couple times, why did I get so mad? Well, let me explain why I got so mad. It's because one of my best friends recently came out as a trans woman.
That is
and
true.
When G-Man said that, I seen my friend. And it pissed me the fuck off. So...
Oh, but it's so hot.
I know it's hot.
It's
I'll put it back
sexy,
in
my
later
love.
on. I'll put it back
And then
I want to see a trans woman beat the shit out of G-Man. That would be hilarious.
Yes, it was Billy, by the way. Yes, it was Billy.
Seriously, though.
Tell your story.
You're cute.
And
What is
then
my story?
The idea that he would beat a trans woman for tricking him instead of just taking personal responsibility for falling in love with somebody that he didn't know well enough and moving on like any normal human being should do. He made it all violent, made it a transphobic attack, and then Shanny was like, "No, we're not cool anymore. That's too far." And she backed away.
Well, can I say something? You actually gave him the chance, though, to backpedal and change what he said, and he doubled down. You actually gave him the chance to say, well, I really wouldn't do this, but then he doubled down. I wanted to make that clear because you did give him that chance.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
I don't know what else. And I think he's kind of avoiding this subject now.
Good.
Oh no, he keeps talking about
Oh,
it.
does he?
Yeah, he's blaming us and saying we're stupid because he was just trolling us now.
Oh, that's what he does. He comes on here, he says dumb shit, and then he blames me for making him look bad. It's like, all I did was, give you the platform to say the stuff you always say. That's it. You make yourself look bad.
Can we set up a boxing match? G-Man versus Lady Maga?
Yeah. And then he said in one video, he was saying, why people always questioning me? Why don't they question Ben about? I can't remember what all they said, question you and Billy about. But then he said, why don't people question Pimmunk's homosexuality?
Yeah.
Because we don't give a fuck.
Because we all know I'm gay. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, I question Pimmunk's homosexuality. Like, is he a top or is he a bottom?
Yeah.
I assume he's a bottom due to his tiny penis.
Hey, my penis is beautiful.
But tiny. It's like a micro
Oh,
machine.
it's tiny.
Micro machine.
It looks like when it gets erect, it looks like a pinky finger having a seizure, but yeah.
Really?
It's yeah.
It wiggles around a lot.
Egghead's all messaging me.
Ben! Tell G-Man I'll fight him.
And then Egghead wanted to come on with G-Man, remember? And G-Man called him Deborah. What was that about?
I have no idea. He has no idea what he's talking about. He just rattles off. His mouth moves way faster than his brain. His brain cannot catch up to his mouth.
His brain is a snail on a.
I'm sure that's evident.
Hamster wheel.
Yeah, I'm sure that's evident. Anyone can witness him and listen to him talk and listen to the things he says. He almost thinks he understands the Bible and Christianity better than everybody else, and he gets to decide who's really Christian and who's not, and what right and wrong is, and anything he wants to do that's wrong or against the values of most Christians, he just dismisses as not real Christians. It's really weird.
It's the Christian thing to beat a trans person for making you fall in love with them.
I don't think that's true.
I don't think it's true either, but that's what he believes.
Yeah, he's crazy. He's out of his mind.
No true Christian fallacy.
I feel bad that Shani was like, "Nah, we can't be cool anymore."
Good.
He was riding for Shani.
I think he
watch this on full screen.
I think he deserves it.
That man was riding for her, and she was like, "Nah, you're a fucking."
What does Karate Kyle have to say?
We'll be right back after these messages.
We'll be right back.
Maybe
We just got here.
He should surprise me and actually have messages one of these times.
Yeah,
I love how he says
Well,
we'll be
that's
right back
something
at the
that's been weighing
beginning.
on my mind for a long time, and I haven't never gotten around to doing a video about it, but I'm doing a video about it now because somebody actually challenged me on the internet. Well, how do you know that space is a lie? How do you know that the Earth is not a ball? How do you know these things?
Need
Well,
to ignore
like I
Gmail.
stated in
Don't give the bigot your podcast as a platform to say anything. Let him fade into obscurity like Brett Keane. I don't get triggered often, but his statements were so hateful. Cancel him.
I don't believe in totally canceling people, but yeah, I mean, I don't have him on that often anyway.
We
I
don't
won't
plan on
commit-
having him back on anytime soon.
Yeah, not anytime soon. I'm not like, hey, let's call him again. I won't commit to never having him on again, though. I don't like to speak in absolutes, but I mean, yeah, he's an idiot.
I will commit to this though. As long as we hit our goal tonight, we won't have G-Man back on tonight.
I mean, I wasn't planning on him tonight anyway.
I just be
but yeah.
previous videos, you've got ancient writings that say this. You've got, you've got the U.S. Navy laser test. You've got the longest bridge in China. There's just a plethora of information. You got the guy that was in the Canary Islands where the stars are circling over his head, which is impossible on the globe model. He would have to be at the North Pole or the South Pole for stars to circle over his head. Okay, but yet they were circling over his head at the equator, around the equator. All right, that's not possible on the globe model. Okay, so but you've got this plethora of information that totally proves that we're on a flat Earth, that we're not on the globe model, that the globe model is a lie. But there's still that remnant of people out there, and I thought, well, I think if I showed them some things that I personally have witnessed, then maybe it'll sink in, maybe they'll get it.
I know I mentioned this.
Scattered flatties left in the world.
I mention this every time, but I can't help myself. He has a piece of paper taped over the window, and it's like Yeah.
That's so you can't see in.
Right. I get it.
Classy.
But I bet he thinks the feds are like trying to see in or something.
Or
actually,
maybe CPS?
Yeah. Actually, I heard they got taken.
That sucks.
Yeah. Well, maybe it's in their best interest.
I hope it's in their best interest, but foster care is fucking not cool.
I try not to dive too far into the actual life of Von Helton, but it is my understanding that he would just play on the internet all day while his entire home was just covered in filth, like unsanitary conditions for children to live in, and all he does is this shit. He doesn't actually work, and he doesn't make money on the internet aside from like a few, pennies he can hustle here and there.
He's in contact with the gods, man. He doesn't have to make money.
He told he made a video where he was gonna talk to us to like throw Brett Keane under the bus, but I had to pay him. I didn't hear how much he wanted. I was like, I'll get him a value meal. Like, I'm not even that interested
I like the
in
freeze frame, by the way.
Most of what he says is
pause.
bullshit anyway, so I wouldn't even trust him as a source for any information anyway. I want him to eat the value meal live while we ask him questions. Have him gum the burger. We had Brett gum a burger on this show years ago, so let's complete the trifecta.
I will eat a burger for $1,000.
Vaughn's payment is literally the burger.
I'll eat a burger for a burger.
A burger for a burger. Oh my God! So why are you lowering yourself to Von Helton's level, Pimp Monk?
Because I'm hungry, motherfucker.
I'll be right back.
Pimp Monk also has paper over his windows.
Maybe they'll understand.
No, I have aluminum foil, buddy.
Oh, you can't let the aliens get in either.
Do you think the paper over the window is actually the Elder Scroll he made?
Yes, it's a protection spell.
That a bunch of Nazis who fled the Russian gulags during World War II are not telling them the truth. Okay, they're just not. They're just not. So, with that said, let's get into it. We'll be right back after these messages.
We'll be right back.
You think his intro is the messages?
It's Rocky.
Yeah.
What are the Rocky people going to sue him for
as you can see here, I'm at Google Images, and I put in there, what do planets look like in a telescope? All right, what do planets look like in a telescope? All right, and you can see, you see all these beautiful pictures, and I'm like, these are artist renderings. These are CGI. This is, this is paintings even in some cases. What the hell? Not one single picture of what a planet or a star really looks like in a telescope. Not one.
No.
Not one. They ever won either a painting or CGI or something. Look at this fool sitting there saying you can see the rings of Saturn. What a lie. What a lie. There's no way. But it's nothing but CGI and bullshit. Because that's what they want you to believe. They want you to keep believing that space is real and that the globe...
Go buy a telescope, Helton.
Helton.
Try it for yourself.
Young Helton. It's like young Sheldon. It's him when he's Karate Kyle. Worst show ever. I'd watch it.
Is the truth, and it's just not the case. I'm sorry, but look at this beautiful CGI. I mean, give them that. Beautiful paintings and pictures and whatnot, Photoshop, whatever, nice stuff. Here's your fucking ball Earth here, total fake. NASA finally admitted that this picture is not real, that it is a carbon copy of a whole bunch of little tiny pictures all sewn together, most of which repeat, by the way. But it's just it's sad, man. It's sad that people still believe this claptrap. And
was it the Earth?
Yeah, he's a dummy.
Don't we have like video of the Earth, like in full glory, beautiful fucking video of the Earth? Like, why is he? Yeah, and that's even better. There's one picture there. It's not even all one picture there. It's multiple pictures put together. We've seen.
The picture he's talking about actually is a bunch of different little pictures, but
yeah,
he's just stupid.
We have a live feed of fucking Elon Musk's car staring over the damn Earth.
Is it still out there?
Well, the car?
Yeah.
I think the car is still out there.
And the camera feed's still there?
Yeah, but I don't know if the camera feed's still focused on the Earth. Maybe it is.
Just on the car. That's amazing.
Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm tripping. But it's just...
It might be. I don't know.
For years now. The ISS is a live feed for years now. Yeah. I don't know what this man is saying, but
he's nuts.
Also, why would you not be able to see the rings in Saturn?
Because
why is that statement that he's making?
Because it's impossible. Didn't you?
Oh,
hear
that's
the
true.
man
He
say
said that. That's my mistake. Obviously.
yeah, it's because Von Helton's a fucking idiot.
I've literally looked at Saturn through a small telescope when it was visible, and you can see the rings.
But
like with
I
your
just wonder
own
why
eyes.
he thinks it's impossible, though. What's going on in his head?
I
other
mean,
than chaos.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
That's what he's got. It took him like 10 years to close his closet.
Do you think if somebody with telepathy came along and could see inside his head, that it would just be like a magic mushroom trip in there?
He has an Elder Scroll.
Yeah, that we figured out. We figured out while you were gone that's what the paper on the door window is. It's the Elder Scroll.
That's what keeps CPS from seeing through his window.
Yeah, his Elder Scroll protects him.
Yeah. Okay. Wow, this is long.
Yeah, he's arguing that the fucking planets are fake.
La 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 la. I'm animating Von Helton. Animating him. Animating him.
Yeah, this is better than just watching Von Helton, in my opinion.
Yeah, fuck Von Helton.
In my opinion.
Much more.
You know, one of the biggest problems with Trump derangement syndrome is every once in a while he actually has a point. Now, the reasons he gives may be a bit of horse crap, but he might actually have a point. But the problem is when you're in the throes of Trump derangement syndrome, you just can't ever give him an inch. So you've got to say any.
I feel like Trump derangement syndrome is actually the people who make excuses for everything Trump does. And he can do no wrong.
I don't know.
There's definitely two different versions of it.
Right. There are the people that can never acknowledge anything positive about him too. Yeah, I think it goes both ways.
Thing that he's saying is completely and utterly wrong. Not only
The thing is, the term Trump derangement syndrome is thrown around a lot just to dismiss any negative criticism of him too.
It's one of those terms that loses all meaning because everybody misuses it and overuses it.
Right.
It's completely and utterly wrong, but it is so stupid. It is so moronic. It is so pathetically banal that it should not come out of a president's mouth.
That's banal. Thank you very
that
much.
you get into is,
Banal.
again, maybe if he has a point.
Is this Vsauce crackhead?
Possibly for the wrong reasons, you've just put yourself into a situation where you.
Oh, by the way, that other guy that made the video, he's made a bunch of videos about us, and then he made the video about Leafy. He made another video about us, but it's only like the screenshot of you, me, and Joe sitting on the couch together, and it says gay, and then he plays a song about people who live at home with their moms. Is he a troll?
No. He's a fucking murderer.
Kind of painted yourself into a corner. So yeah, this is interesting. Hey, guess what? There might be problems with mail-in ballots. It's true.
I can't stop looking at his droopy ear.
It's true. So we've been hearing this for a little bit now. Where basically with COVID, with coronavirus, a lot of states are pushing for basically getting everybody to vote with mail-in ballots. Why have everybody come physically to one location, have to worry about people getting infected, the whole 9 yards,
which makes a lot of sense.
And they can just do mail-in ballots. Now, Trump has come out and he said mail-in ballots, if there's mail-in ballots, there's going to be fraud to a degree we've never seen before. Dead people are going to be voting. Illegal immigrants are going to be voting, the whole 9 yards. And he's really emphasized that whole thing. And so, of course, the Democrats and their epileptic, derangement syndrome, fever or whatever, basically have screamed and they said, this is ridiculous. Mail-in ballots are fine. It'll be okay. There are no problems.
Is that Trump derangement saying that?
Mail-in ballots will be fine. Why won't they be fine?
I don't know.
Is he going to give us that?
This is just Trump trying to do something stupid with the election. The problem is, there might be some issues with mail-in ballots. There might be some significant issues with mail-in ballots. And those significant issues may actually hit the Democrats harder than they hit the Republicans. And the Democrats have basically painted themselves into an argumentative corner, which I think is kind of interesting. So we're going to go to a
I don't care if it strategically hinders the Democrats. I think mail-in voting should be done in the interest of public health, and it's just easier and more efficient to do. In this state, that's all you get. So if it's good enough for everyone in this state, I don't understand why it can't be done nationwide.
Rag. I know. A lot of times when I show you web zines, when I'm doing these videos, I try to stay as fair and balanced as possible. But every once in a while, to get the really good information, I've got to go really right wing, like all the way, almost up to the Daily Stormer.
To get all the good information, he has to go really right wing.
Guys.
I have to say today,
What
as
about the
far
bad
as
information, though?
I would say if you have to go far enough in either direction, you're probably not going to get good information.
Guys, to get the real information, I have to go to David Duke's Facebook page.
Right.
And ask him personally in DMs. I slide into David Duke's DMs and I say, hey, old Papa, you want to tell me the truth about coronavirus?
The Jews created it.
Oh, no!
Right wing mags go. We are going right up to the edge of the Daily Stormer. That's right. We are going to be looking at NPR, National Public Radio, brought to you by granola and toilet paper that is so scratchy you never actually want to use it. This is actually coming from NPR. This is hilarious. And this, again, August 22nd, 2020. So this is not some, 10-year-old thing that I'm taking out of context.
Dude, he went super far right going to NPR.
I think he was being sarcastic.
Primary absentee ballots rejected in 2020, far outpacing 2016. An extraordinarily high number of ballots, more than 550,000, have been rejected in this year's presidential primaries, according to a new analysis by NPR. That's far more than 318,000 ballots rejected in the 2016 general election, and has raised alarms about what might happen in November when tens of millions of more voters are expected to cast their ballots by mail. Many of them.
What I think will end up happening is there's going to have to be a hard cutoff, but they're going to have to compensate for any delays in the mail system that this might cause. So, I mean, and I think it'll take way longer to figure out who won because of that. Normally we find out usually that night who won, but there's been a few instances in my lifetime where it took a few days, and in the case of Al Gore versus Bush, it took, I think, a month or two.
For the first time,
or maybe 1 month. Now that
oh my God, are you saying that there might be problems with mail-in ballots? They give a breakdown here. So total rejected. So Arizona.
There's problems with every but the problem they're saying here isn't the one that other people are complaining about. But yeah, there's problems with all of it. There's problems.
That's not too bad. 2,500. Arkansas, really good. 383. Look at this. California. 102,000 ballots were.
Yeah, they have a really high population.
Huge population.
Rejected. Kentucky,
the population is really high.
Ballots. Maryland, my home state, had 35,000 ballots rejected. New Jersey had 34.
With New York, that's surprisingly low for their population. It was only 84,000.
New York State had 84,000. Pennsylvania, 37. Washington State had 95,000.
Oh, damn.
That's because we vote all by mail here, so the whole population is mail-in voting.
Oh, damn.
So that's why it's abnormally high here.
Oh, damn.
And Wisconsin down at 23,000. So these are the number of ballots that were rejected. So to again, be clear, these are people that fill out their ballots. They send their ballots off to the election commission. Why are you talking like that? The election commission goes, They did that to 550.
I mean, there's so many possible reasons why they could have been rejected.
And they got rejected. That it wasn't, they caught it. So.
Yeah, they caught it. Either it was fraudulent or possibly it wasn't filled out correctly. I mean, there's so many possibilities. It could have been damaged in transit and not acceptable for submission, or it could have been late.
I think people keeps on bringing out. Well, look at all these that got rejected. Well, it means it works, don't it? Because they're catching the bad ones.
Right.
550,000 American voters had their votes literally thrown in the trash.
Yeah, and that happens with absentee ballots too. Oh my God.
Like, just look at his face right now. He's like, yep, I just won the argument.
There's also miscounted votes. They've literally recounted votes and had elections totally change the results because they were miscounted. So there's problems across the board. That doesn't mean we shouldn't do it just because there's a few problems. And I mean,
but it has to be perfect, or we have to throw it away.
How many votes were thrown away because voters were turned away at physical polling places?
It's just funny sometimes. Here's the problem. This is the thing. Like with the Democrats, right?
I don't like the way this guy acts. This guy, I would literally hit him in the forehead.
It's a bit like Target.
The views of Pimmunk do not necessarily reflect the views of the Drunken Peasants podcast.
Why would you do that? Because he tricked you into loving him, and he's really not a Republican.
Okay to argue against Trump. It's okay to push back on Trump. It's okay to say Trump is a dummy dumb every once in a while. But here's the problem. When you come out so full-throated and you say the mail-in ballot system will be fine, this is only Trump trying to destroy the process. The problem is then if there are actual issues, you put yourself into a corner. Because either that means...
So in the last national election... 62 million people voted. Almost 63. So
I like how this guy puts a big map on his wall and then blocks it with a shelf full of stuff.
Yeah.
So you can't see it.
Either that means Trump was more or less correct all along and you were on the wrong side. You're never going to admit to that one. Or you box yourself into a corner where you're going to have millions, most likely, of ballots literally thrown in the trash.
I mean, there's always votes thrown in the trash anyway, and it's not just mail-in voting that causes it.
Washington was like 1/5 of those votes by itself. Washington State. That's because we have all mail-in voting here.
Right.
So is it worth throwing that process away in Washington?
No.
Because we seem to all enjoy it here. It seems to benefit us. And if we're responsible for 1/5 of those numbers and we enjoy it and like it...
I mean, those could have been invalid ballots, too. They just give you the statistic on how many were rejected. How many of them were legitimate ballots? How many of them had no issues with them whatsoever and were just rejected?
Yeah.
I doubt many. That just means that the process here for filtering through ballots is better here, and we also have the entire voting population voting that way.
Election experts said first-time absentee voters are much more likely to make the kinds of mistakes that lead to rejected ballots.
Yeah, see? Yeah, there are mistakes by the person casting the vote. You're making it sound like the votes just somehow get rejected.
Studies also show that voters of color and young voters are more likely than others to have their ballots not cast.
Why is the of color thing so funny?
How are they throwing away the votes of voters of color if it's just a piece of paper? How do they know who voted?
I'll tell you how, Krendar. They have a dog that sniffs all the paper. And if the dog doesn't smell mayonnaise on the paper, it gets thrown away.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what if they smell Miracle
If
Whip
there's
on
barbecue
paper?
sauce with some good spices, boom, it gets in the garbage.
Yeah. Dog's like, this one smells good. Let's throw it out.
This one's it's too delicious. It can't be real.
Yeah, if it smells like Miracle Whip, then the person is executed.
This one smells like jambalaya.
Miracle Whip's fucking delicious, by the way.
Do you like Miracle Whip a lot?
Yes, I
Pimmunk?
know. The mayo is very good.
I am one of those motherfuckers that loves Miracle Whip.
Yeah, but what about aioli?
What about it?
What do you use Miracle Whip on, Pimmunk?
Sandwiches.
Like how would you put it on the sandwich? Like
You spread it on the bread like you would anything else.
Like you would mayonnaise?
Yeah.
So would you also put mayonnaise on the sandwich as well, or just Miracle Whip?
No, I don't put them on there together.
Would you ever put mustard and Miracle Whip together?
No.
Would you ever put mustard and mayonnaise together?
No.
Yeah, I would.
I don't know. I've never tried it. I'm not gonna say it's disgusting. I've never done it.
I want it for the record that I not begin the mayonnaise and Miracle Whip talk, because people always blame me for starting it.
We're moving into mayonnaise and aioli now.
Yeah, we're making a Miracle Whip.
You're
aioli.
the only one talking about aioli, man, right?
Yeah, and you guys aren't playing along. It's very
Krendar loves aioli.
I do. It's delicious.
Aioli is the only acceptable mayonnaise option in a post-racial world. Ben, do you have soup?
There you go.
Yes, I do. I have some miso soup.
Oh, miso soup is delicious. Love that stuff.
Yes. Peanut butter.
So good.
Delicious. All right.
I just like the way that you explain Miracle Whip as if it could be used as a mayonnaise substitute.
Stop.
Election experts said first-time absentee voters are much more likely to make the kinds of mistakes that lead to rejected ballots.
Yeah. Most absentee or mail-in ballots are rejected because required signatures are missing or don't match the one on record, or because a ballot arrived too late.
These are all.
And again, that's an interesting thing, thinking about your signature on record. I had a problem with this. So my wife and I, we went to Thailand back in 2016. And one of the weird things was I had these old American Express traveler's checks. Old-fashioned type of technology. I had like about $1,000 in these. So one of the trips I took I did Europe 20 years ago or whatever. And so before a lot of the tech that we use is as prominent as it was, traveler's checks was a useful thing. So I had these traveler's checks. And I had actually signed the traveler's checks years ago just to do whatever. And the weird part is then when I tried to cash them in 2016, my signatures no longer match. My original signature might not match my new signature. Because guess what? Over a decade had been in between when I had initially signed them and when I was signing them to actually cash them in, and actually ran into all kinds of issues. Because when you're doing something...
This sounds like a totally anecdotal story that really has nothing to do with anything.
That's because this is a totally anecdotal story that really has nothing to do with anything.
Okay.
Over a decade, things change. And so like with driver's license or with voter registrations or anything, if you have a...
The same problem could happen with voting when you go to the polling place. If they look at your signature
on record, and for whatever reason your signature has changed over the years, you may literally not even think about it. Again,
this has nothing to do with mail-in voting.
Modifies over the years, but literally because your signature has changed since whenever you register to vote, your vote literally might not count. Or because the ballot arrives too late. Quote, if something goes wrong with any of this, that's a problem writ large, but it's also going to be one that hits some populations of the United States a bit harder than others, potentially disenfranchising different groups of folks at higher rates.
But Washington State has been doing it all across the board. And
how long have they been doing that here? Do you know?
I think it's been since 2012.
Wow.
I believe Obama was mail-in voting. I could be wrong. For the second term, not the first.
Interesting. Now I'm going to eat some delicious sushi. See?
That's not delicious sushi.
It is.
That's got ketchup on it, Ben.
It's not ketchup.
What do you got?
Ew.
Fucking chicken nuggets there with ketchup on it?
I hope it's some sort of like hot sauce or like chili sauce or something.
Ben's over here eating.
Are you actually taking
ketchup.
anything that comes out of his mouth seriously?
Better than the things going in your mouth with those chicken nuggets and ketchup. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's like sriracha
I'm
or
just
something.
giving some alternatives that would actually be tasty.
It's like sriracha.
Alternatives. Yeah. I don't know if we need to watch more of this fucking guy. He's just a guy.
It's pretty hilarious.
Is it get better?
I mean, what do you mean by get better?
Well, I mean, right now...
Does he figure out that he's an idiot?
Right
now,
I'm more interested in watching you eat these chicken nuggets than this guy talk about fucking...
Donald Trump might be right this time.
You're convinced that what I have is chicken nuggets. So you're not in touch with reality at all. So why would your opinion matter at all?
If they weren't chicken nuggets, why would there be ketchup on them?
Why would you put ketchup on chicken nuggets?
Pimmunk loves ketchup on his chicken nuggets. Pimmunk,
No, I don't.
when's the last time you had chicken nuggets?
I don't know.
Will you remember what dip you used when you had chicken nuggets last?
Why are we talking about this?
What'd you have?
No, fuck, no.
Miracle Whip.
Come on, dude.
Nope. Whip. It was probably barbecue sauce or sweet and sour.
Yeah, good choice.
I'm a sweet and sour guy.
Or plum.
Plum.
But, you know what, Ben? Speaking of if whether or not this guy figured out he's an idiot in the middle of the video, wouldn't it be amazing if one of these people made one of these videos and then just like halfway through they realized how stupid they were and they just had
that will never happen.
Like an existential crisis on video, and then they posted it anyway. That would be amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah, but I mean, we can skip this guy like the rest of it.
Yeah, it's a whole lot more of talking about the voter fraud. Donald Trump was right. Donald Trump was right.
NPR even said it, but NPR didn't say what Donald Trump was saying.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It seems like he didn't even read or comprehend the article and what they were talking about.
And do we know an official reason why the mailing boxes were shut down? Did they say that the mail sorters, the mail sorting machines,
sorters,
and then the boxes that were picked up by trucks? Do we know why? Was it just?
I don't think so. I don't think a reason's ever been given. I think they were doing it like under the guise of like restructuring the postal service. But the Postmaster General is one of Trump's buddies.
People want to know what kind of sushi you're eating.
It's a spicy tuna roll.
Ah.
I didn't want to eat, but I'm on this new antibiotic, and my stomach was on fire. I had to eat something. It was not doing well.
We got a movie we're going to watch tonight with the patrons, $10 and above. If you guys are $10 and above patrons,
yeah,
come hang with us after the show. We've been going for quite a while now, right? We're 2.5 hours in.
Oh, we are?
Yeah,
oh, shit.
So we should probably get going to the movie.
Yeah, I didn't even realize.
Get going, man. Keeping me this goddamn long.
Yeah, but Krendar, we would like to keep you longer, if just to make Pimp Monk.
I'll just leave.
Don't leave, Pimp.
Quit. You're a big quitter, Pimp Monk.
Do you guys want to shout out stuff? Do some shout out stuffs?
Yeah, I'll do. Stop!
Stop!
That was very concise.
Colton says play the response.
Oh my God, okay.
Colton says play the response.
When did Egghead start running our show?
When we
I'll
stopped.
shout out after that then.
Egghead took over.
Do your shout out, Krendar. Fuck Egghead.
All right.
Whoa.
All right, so catch me on twitch.tv/Krendar's Adventures for various gaming fun. Also, low energy videos from our chat room and I have started up our own podcast recently. So you can catch that on Friday afternoons. We're calling it Bearded Ramblings.
Bearded Clams?
That too.
Nice.
So we're looking for all kinds of various guests to come on with us at that point. You guys are welcome at any time.
What time is it?
We're still nailing down the exact time, but we generally go around 4 or 5 p.m. on Friday,
Eastern time.
It's totally
Eastern
when
time.
I'm busy doing cool things like this show half the time or
No, 4 or 5 p.m. That'd be like way early here.
So
Is
that's 3 or 4 hours before your show. Before the
never
show.
mind. Yeah, I'm waking up. I'm jerking off into a towel around that time.
You're doing the math in the wrong direction.
I don't know, man. I do drugs.
You don't, though. That's the funny thing.
Maybe I should.
He knows people who does.
Yeah, exactly. I was raised in a crack house.
I'm going to set up the post show, and in a second here, I'm going to start playing this fucking Egghead video. I'm trying to do both almost. I'm multitasking. Man, my stomach was on fire.
And then you got some sushi, spicy sushi. Does that
I
help?
mean, spicy doesn't bother me. It was like sometimes when you take an antibiotic, it doesn't mesh well with your stomach at first. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So here's Egghead's video.
So,
is it 48 minutes?
Yeah.
No.
We're 2 days, 3 days left until actual Mania 11. But yeah, all I gotta say is, dude, after that fucking video, you with your face, with your sheet mask over your face, your ripped clothes and everything.
You're kind of cute.
All I gotta say is, dude,
give your kisses.
In my opinion,
you're kind of
a little
cute.
bit of a tryhard. And
oh,
maybe that's just pot calling the kettle black. I don't fucking know. But
that's racist.
I'm always dedicated to what I want. I'm always dedicated to this cringeaway championship. I've been here since day fucking one of the title existence. And yet you want to come into my life, try to take my fucking belt away from me, bitch, please, I'll kick your fucking ass, lift 6 ways from fucking Sunday.
Wow.
So, on the fucking go home episode of DP, which will be Thursday before actual Mania 11, I will be there. I'll sign the contract signing and I'll wipe your fucking ass with the goddamn pen itself.
You're gonna wipe his ass for him?
Show up in Dallas,
With a
Texas,
pen?
because you know goddamn well I'll be searching for your fucking ass instead of the other way around.
Wouldn't you want to wipe his ass with the
come
paper
fucking
you
find
signed
me,
and not
cunt.
the
I'll
pin
fucking
you
kick
signed
your
it
ass
with?
with some fucking Sunday.
What happens if you put a pin in someone's ass? It's not wiping at all. You're just playing with their ass.
You're just stirring the shit.
Yeah, you're just stirring some shit. Damn it.
2 seconds of walking equals Egghead gasping for breath. Kind of savage.
I'm almost done with this.
Colton's cruising for some mayo.
Some mayo?
He's a mayo warrior.
I just got to post the links and then we'll sign off and go to the movie thing. You guys can talk while I do
Pimmunk,
that.
How about you? What can people do if they want to find more of you?
Go to registered sex offenders.
Oh my
Mississippi.
God.
You take me out on the Morning Wood every morning on my channel, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We do the Morning Wood show, and tomorrow I forgot who we got. 2 guns, no ammo, and somebody else.
I like it when you ask Shabisky, like, who's going to be on tomorrow? And he never knows. He never knows. I love how he's like, he just never knows the answer to any question you ask him ever.
No.
Unless it's about weed.
I got this one. See, I'm making him do something new on the show every day. He has to go to a dictionary or encyclopedia or whatever and come with a new word every day to the show. And today he came with accoutrement, but he called it accoutrement.
Accoutrement. Something to freshen it up.
Yeah, accoutrement. So yeah,
Accoutrement would be a nice accoutrement to the full.
Yeah, it would be a nice accoutrement.
The full meal.
A nice accoutrement.
Yeah,
would be a nice accoutrement.
It's a nice accoutrement to the actual vajayjay. Accoutrement. Yeah, Pimmunk, I found accoutrement. That's my Shabisky's impression.
That's so messed up. Yeah, he doesn't sound like that.
Yeah, Pimmunk, I found accoutrement. That's how I do an impersonation.
I'm the greatest. It's an accident.
I'm the greatest. I got accoutrement.
He does. He has catchphrases like he's a cartoon character.
So does Pimmunk.
Like there's one is, it was an accident. And the other one is, what? And then, what? I'm the greatest.
Even though we have scientifically proven that, in fact, Danny is the greatest.
Yeah, we did that. We had a vote. Danny
He's a
versus
science
Shabisky,
denier.
who was the greatest, and Danny won.
Rude.
You know, Danny from New Zealand.
Rude.
Shabby is a science denier.
Wow.
Oh my God! So I'm all I have to do is post it one more place, and then we're done. But Subscribestar is lagging. Here we go.
Yo, everybody who wants to come watch the movie with us tonight, $10 and above patrons.
We
will
just
have
do a
access.
live reaction to it.
Yeah, it's a good chance.
And you will get a complimentary Miracle Whip sandwich.
It's not true, but you can go.
Yeah,
buy
how about
some
a
Miracle
BLT
Whip.
with some Miracle
With
Whip?
mustard.
That wouldn't be terrible. A Miracle Whip
There's
on
nothing
a
on the
BLT.
sandwich. It's just bread and Miracle Whip.
Yeah.
They finally gave me the ability to tag posts on Subscribestar too, so that's cool. Now it can be categorized. All right, everything's up. We are going to start streaming there in probably like 5 minutes. We will see you all there. We will see you all coming up here on Thursday as well. Good night, everybody. Sweet dreams.
Good
we'll
night,
see the rest of
sweethearts.
you when we're watching the movie.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
In the beginning, there was nothing. And then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. From the strangest corners of the internet, gonna get TP'd by Billy and Ben. You know where you can find them at. Get ready, cause they're gonna kick your... Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants.